Hey, what's up, guys?
It has to transition first.
Hey,
now
what's
you
up,
can say
guys?
hi. Oh, you're looming behind me terrifyingly.
Oh, am I? Oh,
Yeah.
I see that.
That's scary.
Yeah. I got this
See,
on the
can
big
I do something
screen.
about this?
I'm seeing that on the 40-inch TV right now.
You're scary, yeah. Oh, hi, Shrewmates. Jubby is the terrifying sea monster.
That's right.
There we go. Put you over here.
Wait a minute. Yeah, there we go.
Yay.
You gotta claim space in this world. Look at that.
That's
I'm
true.
here.
Hi, Shrewmates. Hi. Hello, Jubby. They can't see what you're doing yet, but
I'm not trying to. I'm literally just trying to get comfortable. I'm sitting on my knees on the floor.
You guys will be proud of us for the amount of time that we put into making a setup so that Jubby can paint tanks.
Honestly, it should be studied, this setup. I mean, Stanley Kubrick, the other man, Martin Scorsese.
Yes.
He could never.
That other man.
Never, with the amount of cameras and lights we have for what is a very small picture.
Yeah, this is true. But anyways, hi, I kind of said who you are. I'm Squiiji. I'm a freelance artist Fungi. I'm also an art educator. Who are you? Person who joins me.
Oh, you're talking to me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'm Jubby. I'm the man with the plan, and I'm a local tank expert who will be on stream. Because what we're trying to do on this stream is to bring awareness and to bring out local voices and emerging artists who work with tanks. So I'm
sure,
and that's what I am. I'm a local emerging artist, just trying to break out in the scene and trying to show my progress and to paint tanks on stream. So that's what I'm doing.
I am doing my final attacks for Art Fight today. Today is the last day of Art Fight, which is crazy. I feel like I never actually managed to do enough Art Fight during Art Fight because July is just a busy month. It's always wild. So I at least want to fit in 2 more attacks today if I can. If I could do 3, that'd be great because then I could have a really aesthetically pleasing layout for my attacks. It'd be really nice to end on a number that's a multiple of 3. But we'll see if that's possible. Unclear. But Jubby, do you wanna say hi to everybody with me? Actually, I don't know how you would do it. Yeah. Hi. There you go. That's good.
Hi everyone. Welcome.
We're gonna take roll kind of quickly here at the beginning here, so that way we can get started. Because I do really want you to see the insane setup Jubby has going right now, and I also want to be productive with my drawings because this is the last day. I have to finish these drawings, and I know that Art Fight usually extends the window for submissions for like a day or 2 just to make sure everybody can submit because the site tends to be a little bit rough the final day. But I'm not gonna be here over the weekend, so I have to finish things today. But yeah, let's say hi. Hey Shrewmates, if you're here for class today and you'd like to check in, you can use the 1 channel point redeem known as here on Twitch, or you can just say hi on YouTube if you would like. If you want to check in and let me know you're here without me saying your name out loud, you can use the quiet here. Oh, lurkers, I always appreciate you being here. Thank you for hanging out. And VOD watchers, I hope the future is treating you well. Wahoo. Uh-oh, Gary's gonna say something, I think. Jubby won't be able to hear it. Is he gonna say it?
I can't hear it, sadly.
Oh, he didn't do it this time. How weird. Interesting. Oh, he's gonna say something now, maybe. Gary? He's not doing anything. Gary, what are you doing?
Reading. Selma says, "Oh, great Jubby of the wisdom of tanks." Me, Gary. Anyway, what's the best tank to keep my sea creature in? That's a great question.
That is a great question.
I would say no less than 300 milliliters, no more than 140 gallons. You start running a 140 gallon tank, you're gonna start getting pH spikes that you wouldn't even imagine.
That's true. Jubby does know things about aquariums also. Hang on. Jubby, let me have Gary actually read it. You won't be able to hear it, but they will, and then I'll let you know when he's done, because Jubby can't hear.
Not creature. I'm reading this off of 40.
Oh, great Jubby of the wisdom of the tanks. It's me, Gary. Anyway, what's the best tanks to keep my sea concrete in so I can get a salty snack?
It says I can't read.
Jubby misread. He said sea concrete, not sea creature.
It was also like moving up and out of like I couldn't see it.
That's okay. It happens to the best of us. He read it eventually. He's not so connected today. Gary's feeling a little bit shy. Jubby can read just as well as I am, or as I can, which is to say, we both misread just maybe a little bit. But here, let me say hi to everybody. Let me say hi. I see Maggie and Aerith and Kit and Starless Mage and Mad Buns and Art Fun, the Adasi, Nano, Sanazum, Nilo, Selma, Chakarama, Bugs, Grimoire, Amber, Manzana, Yinyun, Hoshi, hi! YouTube Truemates, I see Game Loser and Ruka and Procat and Absolbor. Hi. Hello. I hope your day is going well. Hi, Corey. I hope your day is going well. Why don't I take you to the room where you can see what Joby is doing? There's some insanity happening in the other room that you should definitely witness. Let me figure out where that room is in 1 second. Hang on, Gary, something to say?
Don't do up fight with a sprained finger. Now, I don't have fingers. It makes it hard to grab the concrete.
How do you sprain your finger? That's unfortunate. Gary just said that he's doing art fight with a sprained finger. Joby, have you ever sprained a finger before?
I've never sprained a finger. I broke multiple portions of my arm.
Oh, that's true.
Long time ago.
My arms have been in mostly good shape. Although, you know what? I did break my pinky playing field hockey. I broke the tippy-toppest little bone of your pinky, and it, like, fully split off. So I had the smallest cast known to mankind, which was kind of silly looking. It was just this little, like, purple thing I strapped onto my finger. And it was so annoying, because I couldn't close my hand. I'd have my hand like this all the time. That was cool and fun for about 7 months? It was a while. Very fun and exciting. But here, let's go to the room where you can see what Joby has going on. Let's see, is my transition gonna work? Oh, look, the transition actually works this time. That's crazy. Also, I'm so friendly and bright for this room. I need to be less friendly and bright. Oh, it's not capturing anymore. What's that about? Hang on.
That's interesting.
They can't see it. Oh, now it's capturing. There we go. Oh, you've got some tanks looming.
I've got some tanks in there. I've got some local projects I've been working on, and I've got my supplies. I will be honest though. Can they see my hand?
Yeah, there's Joby. Joby is waving. They can see it.
There's such a delay on this screen up here.
Yeah, Joby is watching the stream on the living room TV right now to have some idea of what the camera looks like. Joby is set up at our coffee table right now in the living room.
Yeah, and it is. You don't understand. This looks crazy. We had to figure out the lights. There's 3 cameras attached to this thing.
Yes.
And none of them worked. Even my nice camera. My
There we go. Hello, are we back?
Hello, are we so back right now?
I think we're so back right now. Hi, Billy. OBS crashed. Yay! Wahoo!
Okay, yeah, I'm seeing it. Seems like we're back.
Yeah, OBS has been really unstable lately for some reason, and I don't know why. It's been stressing me out a little bit. This is what kept happening during my outfit debut. I was gonna make it so that I'm not glowing, but clicking to go into my filters actually crashed OBS, so I'm not gonna click it. I'm just gonna let it be, and you're just gonna have to deal with me being a glowing beacon in this otherwise kind of disturbing looking room. It will be okay. I should flood the room though, because I do have my water thing on though. Let's see, can I flood the room at least? Give me an image, give me... I forgot to do this earlier. Give me this one, I think. Yeah, oh, it's so big still. Hang on. Much smaller. Much smaller. Still much smaller. Even smaller.
I'm watching what you're doing on this stream, and I'm like confused by it.
I'm adding my water in so that I can be floating in my ocean still.
I see.
There we go. Now I'm in the ocean. Wahoo! And you are too. And this is not at all a confusing overlay.
It's definitely not. You can never have too much stuff on the screen.
That's true. There is kind of a lot of stuff happening on the screen right now. But
yeah.
E, do you have a nice floor? That's actually not the floor Joby's pointing you at. That's our antique coffee table that we hate.
You see, yeah, this table is destroyed. There's paint and everything all over it. There's stuff all over this thing. And I just saw Edward in chat say, did I get the Anchorite Shrine? I did.
That was Joby's birthday gift, actually.
Real beautiful piece here. I'll show that stuff in a second. But let me, what were we discussing? So you need to start your fights, and then
I need to fight.
And then you want me to just run with it?
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. I'm gonna down a little bit of water here.
Okay. Why don't I go through and just go over a couple of the brand new items that we got in this collection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Guys,
Sure.
just starting off first. I actually have a limited edition. Let me see. I gotta get the autofocus going. This is a limited edition Squiiji merch that's going to be live here. This is a.
Don't say that. You'll make them excited. That's not what it is.
Really, what it is it's a Squiiji. This is a shrinky dink made out of brownie plastic.
Yeah.
That we went to the store. The local, grocery store, and we had to look. We were digging around for what had to have been 10, 15 plus minutes.
What happened
looking at all
first?
the different
Wasn't even that. We went to craft store to see if they sold shrinky dink materials, and they did
don't.
not. They don't sell shrinky dink materials.
Yeah.
Isn't that so cruel and terrible and heartbreaking? Apparently they did it seasonally. This is not the season for shrinky dink.
Someone in the chat just said life-size EG, and that is true.
Yeah, that is kind of true.
It's about the size. It looks great. We had to buy. We only found one item that had number level 6 plastic.
Yeah, it has to be number 6 plastic because otherwise, it doesn't. It doesn't shrinky dink. Otherwise, if you use number 1 plastic, it shrinks just a little bit and turns opaque. If you use number 5 plastic, as I learned, it does nothing, actually. It just gets wrinkly.
Yeah.
And that's kind of all.
That's a limited edition Squiiji item. That's for me. That's for me personally. I've got some other stuff here. I'm going to pull up just a couple of my guys here. We're not going to look at all of them.
You may need to hold them closer because the camera's not very big. So hold them a little closer and autofocus.
I'm trying to. I am autofocusing them.
Or like put him on your hand because it's kind of dark.
Oh, that's smart. That's smart.
Gently cradle your pilgrim.
The stream delay. The stream delay. I can't tell what it looks like on my screen here, but some respectable little guys here. That doesn't look like anything right now. Is that focus?
He's in focus. He's just very small on the screen. You just may need to hold him even closer to the camera.
I might need to bring him even closer here for you to really see some of that detail on this guy.
Yeah.
Trench Pilgrims Forever, that is true. I have a lot of Trench Pilgrim guys I'm really, really quite content with. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now I see it really close up into the camera, but I don't think it's not focusing. It does not seem to focus at that distance, so we're not going to... Which really sucks because a lot of these guys are really...
They are very small.
They are really small, and I'm really proud of a lot of these Johns. There's a level of detail on these guys that I think is just wonderful. We got what is this dude? The Communicant, really fun little guy here. Having fun making the bases. I've been making these little crosses out of they're like little popsicle dowels. They're very fun, very fresh. I just got my anchorite shrine. Edward was talking about this one.
He's a big guy.
Really, he's a big guy. I got the little lamb on him painted, and I really love this dude. Really like the guy sacrificed on the wheel. That took a lot of time to really get the skin and the cuts right. But I think that after a while here, he's a really fun guy, and I really enjoy having him. I have this idea here. We were talking about this. I was talking to Squiiji about this. There's this little part. It's like an emblem, like a little banner. And I've been thinking about writing on it. Oh man, it's one of the Psalms. It's one of the religious texts that the sniper in Saving Private Ryan says.
Yeah.
Because it's about like be my high tower, be my deliverer, and since he's like a church that is like evil, or not evil, like righteous fighting church, I thought that'd be kind of cool. And well, just to round it off, let's get my trans pride.
Yeah, trans pride pilgrim.
Yeah, gotta be maybe my best one that we got here. Gotta be the best one. And you're right. You really do gotta hold your hand under the thing in order
to be able to see it
really at all. But it is he's one of my favorites. in that little.
For good reason. He's cute. So pretty in pink.
Pink, blue,
Can I explain just real quick what I'm drawing? And then you can go back. So I am starting my fight attack. I'm attacking Pro-Cat. I do have a little spinner wheel thingamabobby that is picking who I'm attacking out of the revenges that I have as options, essentially. And it picked Pro-Cat. And it picked, I think, Pro-Cat's attack that was made, I think, last year. But we'll be revenging. I think Pro-Cat actually drew me this year also, too, so... Yay! Wahoo! And I think you're actually here right now, too, so I'm drawing the first character you had listed, which is Star, the persona. Yay! So I'm just getting that started right now while Joby is speaking to us.
What was I gonna say? I don't even know where to begin. So what I'm planning on doing is I wanted to paint these guys. I really wanted to paint these two IFBs that I had Bay really nicely 3D printed for me.
Yeah, we should state every single one of these models that is here pretty much is all something that I 3D printed on my resin printer.
So all the trench programs are 3D printed. What else do I have here that's 3D printed? This other tank that I was working on and is like pretty much all entirely painted was made on EG's 3D printer, and it's pretty neat. It's got good quality. It's because it's a 3D print. It literally is like, you know, it comes apart and like you can move the turret around, which is really quite epic. That's really fun. What other things? This one I just posted in the chat and said, "Hey, get me in the stream."
Yeah, you requested. I was wondering why. Was that Wednesday?
That was Wednesday.
Where I was like, why in the world is everyone asking at the end of stream if you can come on and paint tanks? I was like, oh, they know that the next stream is going to be my art fight day when I will often have a Jubby collab. I was like, they just are excited about it. But I found out that you were committing acts of not even bribery. You just told them to do it. And they did listen.
Yeah, well, I was just saying, you know, get me in there because
put me in, coach.
Put me in, coach, because I got something for the culture that they need to see. There's not a lot of people in the what do you call it, the tank painting society that especially that's emerging at the moment. And that's really what we're trying to do.
I'm trying to get people society.
I'm trying to get people into the hobby. I'm trying to get people into the craft, and in order to do that, I've noticed this one thing, which is that the guys that paint tanks on the internet, there's two kinds.
Yes.
There's people that don't reveal their secrets of the trade, or it's very it's not easy to learn, and then it's also people that have unsavory political opinions. I've noticed. So what I'm here to do is to tell you guys it's easy to paint tanks, and I'm going to give you all my tips and tricks of the trade here. So
okay,
we'll
nice.
So
you guys are going to learn to paint tanks, I guess, while I'm making art fight attacks.
Yeah, and I have no idea where the actual camera is, so I'm gonna guess that all is in frame right now. We taped off a margin and it is not margining right now, so
it might not be accurate now that we moved everything around.
Yeah. Okay, so I got two IFVs here. I got a M2A2 Bradley, gotta be one of my favorites, and a BTR from the Russians. And the thing is, I really only have British, Russian, or American tanks. There's a reason for that.
Yes.
We all know what that reason is.
Wait, well, there's other countries that exist that would not be an issue, so.
Sure, but you might notice that there's something about those three countries in a very prominent world war. There's a reason why I'm not painting any of the other ones.
From that particular world war. That's true.
But you know what? I do got this guy who is a British one, but is from World War I.
Oh, there you go. That's true. He is older.
My land ship.
Billy, welcome back for 19 months. I'm sorry you got stuck in an ad, but Now you're back and rescued. But welcome back. Chakrama, very kind of you to rotate for Billy. Yeah, peg Billy with volleyballs real hard. Bam, 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 bam. That's how we welcome people around here. We throw volleyballs at people very hard.
I haven't.
We're making you practice your physical education. Do what to me? Oh, I feel like that may have been a strange word. Maybe. Don't do that. Throw volleyballs very intensely. What is art fight? That's a good question. I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, let's move on here.
Art fight is it is an annual event that is for artists to do. The point of it is that you upload your OCs, and then once your OCs are uploaded, you can attack other people's OCs by drawing them. You draw them, you get points for your team, and then at the end of the whole time, supposedly someone wins. I wouldn't know how that goes because I'm never on the winning team. I think in my 5 or 6 years of participating in art fight, I think the team I've been on has only won once. Meh. I think Team Mystery is at the bottom of the barrel right now. I think we're in last, because there are 3 teams now. But yeah, so I'm doing revenges right now for Fungi. Uh-oh, Hoshi's message was deleted. What happened? What are you guys saying? Oh no, don't stop saying that. Billy, don't participate.
Whoa.
We're gonna move past it.
Whoa.
Stop that.
No, guys. Hey, chat.
No.
You
don't need ED out of context saying inappropriate things. Don't do that. You'll give people the wrong idea of who I am and what I'm about. I don't need
with
that.
A volleyball too. All right. All right.
Leave me alone. Warning, Jubby. Warning, Jubby. The usual say-so, safer-work nature of my stream is slightly compromised by our guest.
Well, I don't think so. I think that I'm just seeing what's happening around me, and I'm just noticing that something funny happened. And
Sure.
Your chat members did the same.
My chat members.
Your shroommates.
I don't ever call them chat, so hearing them referred to as chat is very strange to me.
Hey, what's up, chat?
That sounds so not informal. What would I call it? Like
It's very informal.
It sounds so unfamiliar. I speak to you all as in you are all like, you've got a special title. You're not just any chat. You're the Shrewmates. You're my chat, which sounds weird also. But yeah. Billy's also bringing a silly vibe to the stream that the PG is finding hard to allow. My 2 original mods are both undermining my say-so nature.
Well, but that's the thing. You give people mod powers without direct rulings on it. Let's say this. You're familiar with the Stanford prison experiment, correct?
What? You're right, I am. Why is that relevant?
People without. If you give people roles without clear instruction, they usually tend to go evil.
Are you saying that I've somehow created a Stanford prison experiment on my stream?
As Philip Zimbardo would have said, hate breeds confidence.
Oh my God.
Confidence free. And here's what we need to do. We need to get everybody on the same page here. And how we get people on that same page here is painting BTRs from.
There you go. I appreciate the
early 80s. Guys, let me tell you. Step 1, you're starting your painting odyssey here, and you're thinking, oh, where do I start? How do I start painting a 3D modeled piece of resin?
Piece of plastic.
Well, what you want to do is you gotta base it. You can't put paint. Actually, that's a lie.
We gotta talk about the lack of a miraculous ladybug finale stat. Gotta change the subject.
Oh, hang on. Gary has told me that we have to talk about the miraculous ladybug ending not occurring apparently still. That we will change the subject to that at some point, but hang on, we'll let Joby finish.
Well, all I'm saying is you can put the paint straight on the model, but really what you want to do, and this is my trade secret, and that's why I want to make sure that this is said. I don't tell anybody this. I don't tell anybody this.
You don't tell just anyone this.
A lot of people, they say, hey, what am I supposed to base my stuff with? They get those spray paint cans and then they look terrible. that you spray paint them. Don't do it. You want a brush and you want to buy this stuff. This is Mission Models. This is airbrush paint, but we're gonna put it straight onto the model with a brush. I know it seems counterintuitive, but it's got a water concentration, and I'm telling you, you can paint this all over the model, and it can look chunky, and it dries instantaneously, and you don't lose any of the detail. It is wonderful. It's so wonderful. I bought two, because I think this company went out of business.
Did they really? Or was it just that the place we tried to buy it from, they didn't have any more of it?
I don't know. All I know, well, that place went out of business.
That's true.
What I'm saying is, you really gotta get on this stuff. So I'm gonna paint this NATO black. You want to buy NATO black, and I'll get painting. So why don't you take off on that miraculous ladybug, and I'll get to step it.
Yeah, who has anger in their heart right now? Billy, when was that supposed to come out? The Miraculous Ladybug finale, right? When was that supposed to release? Was it today? Was it yesterday? How does that go? When was it supposed to be? Don't worry, you weren't interrupting. Comes out tomorrow, supposed to be originally released in May. I knew that. I knew that it is already like months and months overdue, essentially, which is annoying and heartbreaking and frustrating, and everyone who's a fan of Miraculous Ladybug is probably still pissed, understandably. But we'll hear about it someday, I think. I don't know how many roommates are also mad about this, but I know Billy and I are. We've been watching something that I never thought I would watch in my life, which is something Marvel related.
Oh, right.
Jovi's had to hear me talking about more Marvel in the last, 2 weeks than probably ever before, which is crazy. I've never been particularly into
Marvel
any of it.
Rivals.
I have not.
Yeah.
That's not true. Don't.
I'm playing a lot of.
No. I have actually played Marvel Rivals, though. I played it very briefly once with Billy and some of Billy's friends. But yeah, we're using X-Men 97 to fill the void, and I'll tolerate it because it's animated. And because Billy likes it, and that's what you do when your friends like things, is you watch things with them, but I actually got invested, so... can't really complain too much about that. It's not bad. It's really overwhelming and confusing, and there's 9 different, what do you call it? Love triangles at any given moment for some reason. I think everyone's in love. But that's fine. Let them be in love. It eases maybe some of the suffering that's been happening. 97's good. The animation is really good. The animation is fun. It's good. It's nice. It's good. I've been enjoying it, but it's kind of overwhelming. This is all a ploy to get EG to watch WandaVision. I don't think that ploy will work. I think the line I draw is at live action. Marvel.
You don't like the live action Marvel?
I don't. We talked about this. There's a difference between the live action, the Marvel Cinematic Universe and the Marvel Animated Universe. And I just prefer the animated universe, I think. I like the character design better. They seem to not have as many of the tropes that piss me off.
Yeah.
And I don't have to look at, there's a couple particular actors I'm not a huge fan of that are in Marvel.
Sure, it's not particularly very good either.
I think some of the original ones were good way back when, but I think they've kind of lost the plot at this point where they're like, it's got these guys in it, you'll watch it. It's got the guys in it, you'll like it. We promise you'll like it.
And which guys, if you could just name them by name, which of these actors do you not like?
Oh, the ones I dislike?
Just say the name. Yeah,
nope.
Which ones are you not liking right now?
I'm not gonna do that.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not gonna open myself up to fights.
to fights on the internet?
Yep. Nope. I'm gonna stay safe. I'm gonna opt for safety.
Now as you guys might be seeing, you're watching me do this and you're thinking, Jubby, you're not even watering that paint down. That's looking so thick on there. But the thing is, it's got so much water in it that you'll be surprised. I'm telling you, you guys go out there, and I'm not. These guys aren't paying me. This Mission Models. I'm not paid by these guys, but I promise
you. Not sponsored.
You use this product and you sit there and just watch it. Everyone's saying, "Oh, it's like watching paint dry." It is, and it's really beautiful to see because you don't lose any of the details. Because these 3D models, they're so detailed, and you really got to get in there and get into those nooks and crannies with this. And you can really get in there and don't be afraid. I'm going crazy long, insane.
I know what sentence you almost just said, and I'm glad you didn't. You're trying so hard, and I appreciate it so much.
I'm trying so hard right now. I also am trying to keep it in the painting window.
Joby is struggling so hard to not say inappropriate things. I know all of Joby's quintessential sentences, so I know that you're all being spared presently.
I'm doing a real great job, guys, and you don't even know. So we're already painting. We already got pretty decent coverage all over this model, and the thing is, it looks rather glossy. It finishes, and it's going to have a beautiful matte finish. I just have to get this thing. This is the kind of awkward thing about model painting, as all you model painters out there know, is how do you hold the darn thing so that you don't get paint all over your table. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Get paint all over your table. It's fine.
Get it all over your antique table that we're planning on throwing out at some point.
Yeah.
And that way you just want to get that nice even coverage over the entirety of the model. And this thing dries relatively quickly. We might be able to even just start throwing some paint on there in a little bit.
Careful though, because sometimes it lifts.
Oh my God! So that's one thing I do want to talk about this stuff. While I'm singing its praises. It is a water-based paint, so if you put water on it, it actually lifts. So when I water down my paints and put it on there, it actually turns into like some kind of a gray sludge. So you want to prime this model, and then you want to wait, I'm not kidding, like about 3 days.
Yeah, you gotta wait 3 days to avoid the gray sludge stage.
Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. Because of that, I started doing just dry brushing the stuff onto the model, and that was quite successful. So what I would recommend you do is do this, wait until it somewhat dries, give it like a little bit, and then once that is dry, then do a little dry brushing, and it's gonna look really bad. It's gonna look really bad until you just give it. It really is kind of trust the process. Trust the process. Because once you put a couple oil washes on there, it's all going to look like a nice cohesive mess.
Oh, a nice cohesive mess. I will say there is an extreme benefit. Because wait, Joby, do you want to show them my Gary that isn't fully painted yet? He's in here. I'm holding him.
I see him in there, and yeah, I can come in and get that.
I'll grab him at some point to show him because I think painting tanks has a sheer advantage over trying to paint like anything else, because tanks are inherently going to be grimy. War-related figurines also kind of inherently grimy, you know? But my issue is I only like cell shading as a person. I hate smooth shading anything. I like high contrast, I like perfect, crisp, clean edges, and trying to do that with these paints is kind of like psychic damage inducing, I would say. It's a lot. I hate the texture that this paint causes, which the texture isn't bad when you're trying to make something that looks like it's been doing some off-road driving, but my son is not doing off-road driving.
That reminds me that, and just a quick thing, I'm not sponsored.
Yeah, keep reminding them. Keep letting them know.
But I swear by, you want to go out there and you want to buy Vallejo paint. I don't know what it is. I really liked the name of Vallejo because
that's true. It is a cool name.
There's a rapper from the Bay Area, E40, that is probably my favorite rapper of all time.
Yeah.
And he would talk about the yay, and he would say, down to Vallejo. And the way he said Vallejo was so great. So I went out and bought these Vallejo paints, and I never went back. Now, one thing I will say, I need to say this on camera. I believe, let me get the other one here. I believe the one thing that we have to do is stop overcomplicating product design. I think the original Vallejo model color is so simple, so beautiful, so wonderful, and now they have these random guys on it, and they're like, oh, look, there's like, this one's for painting guys. It's like, give me the basic. I want the basic white font, black background. I think these are so sexy, and I love these things.
They're simple and clean, just like the way that you're making me feel tonight. It's hard to let it go.
so I see Billy saying that resin.
Oh, hang on, your voice isn't coming through.
Sorry.
Go ahead, say it again. I could hear you through the house, but
Billy was saying not to use acrylics on resin-based objects. That is like a thing, but yeah.
The Vallejo paints are acrylic, I think, technically, aren't they?
They are acrylics, but that's the thing. EG and I obtained a very beautiful resin print cleaner, which it's like you put all your models in it and it washes it and it takes all that surface grime off, and it's a lot easier. And again, that's why we prime it. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm putting a whole bunch of this
My qualm with the Vallejo paints is something that I think is also maybe just like inherent to half the mediums I've ever worked with, but like I know how to negate it in some of them. I do not know how to deal with the fact that Vallejo paints don't dry the same color when they are wet. And you might be thinking, that's how a lot of things work. Screen printing inherently is that way, where all of your paints, or not paints, it's ink for screen printing, but all of your ink in screen printing dries darker. But the hue doesn't change. So I always just know that I need to mix my paint or my ink to be like maybe like 10 to 20% lighter, and it turns out fine. However, with Vallejo paint, the hue would change after it was dry. So I would be trying to mix colors and they would just turn out like completely different. So that was the problem I had with Gary, was that I couldn't mix like the white color for his cap effectively. So I ended up having to do like overlays of color. Like I got his glasses right. The warm colors seem to work much better and they have a much more predictable hue to them. I'm holding him. But everything else was not working, unfortunately.
I apologize. A second ago I was just laughing because I accidentally painted my cup of coffee here.
Did you?
At the area where I take sips out of it, so I had to.
No!
I better actually turn.
I've been waiting for you to put your mouth in it, or to put your paintbrush in it to dry or to wet it.
I will.
Like I feel like that's going to happen inevitably.
And I have a couple more tricks of the trade here to. We have foul.
Foul.
It fell over. Yeah, I accidentally knocked him over while the paint's still wet on top.
Oh.
And if you get a little bit of grime in there, that's okay, because remember that these tanks are, they're in the elements.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about
them. They're driving around on battlefields. One thing I was going to say, because you were talking about that cell shading thing a second ago, EG and I've had many nights where you're sitting and talking about the world and the universe and how things are, and it really occurs to me that in terms of artistry, me and Bay have a lot of not differing opinions but differing approaches.
Our sensibilities are not quite the same. Oh, Sebastian Alzora, thank you for following. I appreciate it. Or Sebastian Lorza, sorry, I just completely read the letters in your name in the wrong order. I'm so sorry. But thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, what were you saying, Joby?
I'm just saying that like we have complete different sensibilities as to like how to, especially painting. I understand that this is a medium based in a tradition that was originally two-dimensional. You had to learn how to paint your highlights and do all that fun stuff. But for me, as a person that makes learning photography first, I actually study the way light touches things. So the way that I paint these models, I don't ever really paint the highlights on, which I know is controversial. That's going to get me shot in a couple different of these tank painting forums because they say very broadly, you really got to paint those highlights on to show depth. And I tell them, no.
I would say I treat it like I'm painting a 3D model in...
Exactly.
Yeah, my modeling software, which is why I think I'm also dissatisfied with it, because I'm always faking shadows and things like that also.
Yeah, and I should be doing that, but that is above my pay grade, and I don't know how to really do that stuff, and I'm slowly learning. I'm looking now at all the tanks that I painted. You can't see, but in the frame, I'm looking at all of them right now, and I will say that I've gotten legitimately a lot better over time, getting it closer to realism. But here's the thing, you gotta think about it. Like, you think about a tank on the battlefield, it's painted one color, it's painted by a guy who has a nicotine addiction. He doesn't even care about, he's about to go into a war zone. He's painting that thing with like a bucket, and he's gotta get that done in an afternoon. So they're painting one shade and that's it. And then where you get that level of depth is when you go in with the detailing and the weathering and your washes. I keep knocking this darn thing over. I think I've gotten it in my coffee again.
Chubby! Hang on, I got a couple chat messages that I wanted to read and also answer some questions of, because I saw them over on YouTube and didn't get to them yet. But do you have any advice for making a male OC? I'm struggling since I can't decide whether I should start over, I don't want to, or simplify, or a third option I can't put a word to. What is the struggle you're having designing a male OC? To me, there's no difference between designing a male or a female OC. It's just you're designing a character, more or less. Unless the struggle comes from just trying to draw something, or if you're struggling to make a character look like, I guess, like masculine enough for what you're looking for. But yeah, I don't know if I have enough information to answer that question, maybe. But yeah, also my Artfight username is just Squiiji. Squiiji, that's me. I'm trying to figure out what to do about these eyeballs right now because I don't like what I'm doing either with them.
You know, when it comes to making a male OC, you really want to think of its archetype. You want to think about what trope he's fitting into. Yeah, you think about the Jungian belief of the archetypes as well as just like tropes. Is he a himbo? Is he like a sorcerer? Is he a mage?
That's fair. Like, how are you characterizing him?
But the question is, how do you do it and not be stereotypical? You know what I mean?
That's true, but you can also, there's nothing wrong with designing sometimes, as long as it's not like you're using like rude, offensive stereotypes. There's nothing wrong with designing characters that follow stereotypes sometimes.
Or that's like, fine. Or at least like, again, a trope.
Yeah, like a trope, maybe more so than a stereotype, yeah.
I'm gonna flip this guy over, we're gonna get the bottom done. Oops, I just put a large...
Gary,
okay, hear me out. Jubby EG painting cutting mat.
Oh, Gary has requested a Jubby EG painting cutting mat. I would have to find a manufacturer for something like that. You're talking about like the like grid style like fabric cutting mats, right? I don't know if I have I don't know how easy that would be to make. I can make it just like a like, what do you call it? Like a desktop? What do you call them? The desktop pad things? I think I have an option to do that somewhere.
The problem is I just actually don't know what that is. I don't know what we're talking about here.
Like, do you know the gray thing that I have in the office under the resin printer?
Mm-hmm.
That's a cutting mat. It's a self-healing mat, maybe is what you would be more familiar with the name of.
I see. And we're supposed to cut it?
No. Like one that's themed of us is what the suggestion is.
I see.
Yes.
I thought that was getting into like a world of like ASMR or something like the.
Oh,
people, like,
no! I don't think they're suggesting ASMR.
Well, wouldn't that be fun? Just like an ASMR channel, where we're just just sitting down with paint some tanks.
Us as an ASMR channel would be wild. I don't think either of us is very good at doing things quietly.
Oh no, yeah, no. If I had an ASMR channel, I'd put in like a bunch of like random air horns in the middle of it. Like right as they're
that's terrible
right
and
as they're
evil.
like falling asleep. They're like finally their cortisol has gone down for the night. They had a long day at work, and then boom, just like a big air horn.
You're
and they're
mean.
like, oh, what the heck?
That's cruel.
And then what I'd do is I'd put in the video, I'd say, that wasn't me. So you're kind of like gaslighting them a little.
Hey!
Be like, that wasn't me that just made that loud noise.
There's mini painting ASMR out there. Oh, you know what? I don't like ASMR usually. It's just not the right thing for me. That whole, what do you call it? When people feel that like, ooh, feeling from ASMR stuff, I actually hate that feeling. Joby can confirm this. Like, Joby will like scratch the underside of my arm and it's something they like, and I go, and I sound like when you take a piece of aluminum and it goes whoop 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 whoop.
Yeah.
No.
I've always described you as kind of aluminum-like.
Yeah, I am aluminum-like. But there's some ones that people do where it's just the part of sprue cutting for their Gundams, And I can tolerate that. That actually is not too bad. That's something that I can listen to and I'm like, hey, that's alright. That's kind of alright. I can live with that. Oh, I did a bad job making something symmetrical here. What is going on here? This.
Guys, since we also got the cam up here in a little bit, I'm gonna start once I get this base coat on. I'm gonna need to give it some time to dry. So I'm probably gonna do a little bit of a mukbang.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna get some food and I'm gonna eat it.
Giving Jubby the power of camera is probably a little dangerous.
Yeah, guys, what would you like to see me eat? I got bulldog and I got...
You do actually have bulldog. This is true, though.
I do. I got the carbonara flavor. That's everyone's favorite. We're getting to my favorite. What's everyone's favorite painting thing? I know everyone's got like their little thing in painting that they really love doing. You know, detail work. You know, getting into those grooves. I'm just wondering, you know, what's everyone's favorite part of painting? Because right now, doing this base coat, gotta be one of my favorites.
I don't know if enough people do it to have a favorite part of that, but if any of you just paint in general, what is your favorite part of painting? Because that's something that I can relate to. When I was a painter, I loved doing the underpainting, where I would just smear a whole bunch of oil all over and then just use like Q-tips and all whatever kind of funny little things to lift it back out to sort of get my basis to do my sketch. That was my favorite part of doing that. Oh, dry brushing, edge highlights. Oh, edge highlights are fun. They're really like the sauce that brings it all together, you know?
Well, that's one thing. I wish this camera was a little bit
better.
You know, well, yeah. But like my favorite thing, I wonder if I can get that in the camera. My favorite thing to do, and I'll show that on the screen because that's another thing, is I'll go through and I'll add a little bit of, what is it? It's this beautiful game color Vallejo metallic chainmail. It's just the metallic color, and I take that dry brush and I just put a little bit on the top of it, and it creates a natural highlight and chipping at the same time. I think it just looks great. I know a lot of people do that for their swords in what's it called? Warhammer. It's so fun, and people, that's another thing, we've talked about this before, that opinion of mine that I just said will get me killed on some of these forums. They hate metallic paints and I don't know why.
Yeah, I have seen that. They really don't like them. Dry brushing metallics over a base coat's really fun. Yeah, so Edward's not one of those people who disagrees with that. Why do people not like that? Do you have any idea, fellows who do mini painting?
I know Edward's always been a straight shooter and
that's true.
I know that. I think they think it's like cheating. They think you know, it's like this kind of weird, this weird like, oh, you're I don't know, like it's too easy or something. Like people want to actually like create highlight effects and shadows, and it's like, well, I need to chip this thing anyway, so I might as well add some fun metallics on it. Okay, so that's drying. I'll push that off to the side here. I'm gonna start working on the turret.
Go for it. Start your turret.
I almost forgot about it. I was gonna say I was gonna go into the other room and get that thing you wanted to show.
Gary.
Show the world. But I almost completely forgot about this turret. This beautiful 30mm turret, made for shredding, just light targets. You know, just like people. Light
targets, people. Okay, sure. Nice. Anti-infantry, maybe? Is that what that's called?
Oh my god, yeah, anti-personnel.
Oh, anti-personnel, okay. I've learned some of the words.
Well, this is the beautiful thing, is I have all these tanks that have these wonderful cannons on them, but I want something that's more of a beautiful, kind of fun, like the dudes, you know, like the IFV, the infantry fighting vehicles, the guys that just kind of hang out, you know? What's so funny is we can also have a talk about this, that I actually don't support the military-industrial complex. I really don't.
Sure.
But there's just something so beautiful about these weapons of war.
Yeah, I can agree with that. Sometimes they have very interesting like shape and function in a way that can be inspirational for art. Which is why I like Gundam, because that's fake. That's not real.
It's not real.
War and infrastructure and any evils. It's all fake. None of it's real.
It's all fictional.
Mm-hmm.
That go in there.
Oop, there we go. Okay, so I will put some of this hair in front of the face, I think. I think this will go in front of an eye, and that'll go in front of an eye, but we'll put all of this behind, perhaps. So it's not all there. Yeah. Has my painted floor portrait of a tiger lily when I was young and did it in middle school as an assignment. I was very proud as a kid. I will say, for what it's worth, I know a lot of artists do have a struggle with their parents being chill about drawing. My parents were always very supportive of me wanting to be an artist, which I feel very grateful for. We do still have, they got some of my elementary school art framed, which was really cute. It's very cute. We still have it. I have what was it? There's a couple things. I made word art for some assignment that was framed. We did have to do like a Van Gogh style painting once that was of a flower, and I think that one's framed somewhere. I did win an art award, I think every year in elementary school, where we had to make pinch pots. I won an award for that. We had to make, we made relief prints actually that were just like, it was what do you call it? Not truly relief print. It was a collograph, where you stick a bunch of like textured materials to a piece of cardboard and then you ink that up and print with it. I got an award for mine. I've had an eye for it. I was never great at drawing, but I was good at just artistic things when I was little. And I feel very thankful that my parents were supportive of that.
My parents were not. They did not like that.
Oh, Joby.
Not true, but there was like, I remember... They I think are a lot more supportive now, but when I went to grad school, they were very much like, is that what you
Everyone was
do?
very,
Like,
it was a little critical, yes.
I was like, dog is the best photo school ever.
Yeah, dog.
And I had a lot of fun. It made me the man I am today.
You're a man?
You know what I'm saying, that phrase.
Joby's a man?
Yeah,
How'd that happen?
I think the stream can now see that I've been trying to paint this barrel, but I can't touch it because I painted the whole thing. So now, Joby follows up with a sob story. Not true. Not really that sad, but like, I understand when people are like, are scared about art as like a career path. Because that's the thing, is like, if you're trying to make money off of art, dog, your head's already in the wrong space.
Like sometimes, yeah.
You're not thinking about the bigger picture, man. Like, that's like, if art school is to put you in contact with some wonderful people and learning a beautiful process and the theory involved, and makes you a better. I honestly think it makes you a better person. So I didn't get support at all. Oh man, I feel bad. I'm in front of the text, so I can't like read.
Because you don't have my Twitch stream open, do you?
No. I mean, I can't on the TV.
Oh no, that's okay. I can read some messages to you. Didn't get support at all. Continue to draw because that's all I got or had, which is fair. And that is like one of the unfortunate things, is that I do think that art is oft misunderstood as a career option, and that is something I've had to talk to students about frequently. And also when their parents decide to call me to fight me. Half the time it was me having to be like, hey, yeah, my class is important. I swear to God, you have to listen to me and believe me about that. It's true. Yes, I know this is a gen ed for your student, but it is probably imperative that they do well in my class, because if they don't, I'm worried about them as a human being, probably. If they can't just make something that they enjoy. That's all I'm asking. But
just make something that is like you like.
Yeah, you know I was not harsh at all with my non-majors. I was pretty nice to them, I think. But they were...
I will say...
not nice to me all the time back.
well, that's the thing with people going, especially taking an art class, is like, the point of an art class is not to like... I think people have a bad interpretation of what art class is.
Yeah, a lot of my students were taking it because they thought it was an easy out.
Yes, or an easy out, or it's some kind of idea of like, I don't know. There's this like belief that somehow you're going to like if you're there to learn the process, that's great, and that's part of it. But another part of it, most art classes are just like, can you like understand what you're doing? Can you like understand and articulate in a nice way what it is that you're trying to do? And are you subverting certain things? Are you making interesting choices? Are you making bad choices?
Yeah.
And I think that another thing is like people, and again, it comes down to like, I think people just think all artists are kind of just like hippies who are like, do whatever, man. Like, yeah, dude, art is just fun. It's like art is actually like really hard. And art is
it can
very
be
soul crushing at times. It's like, that's, to me, it's the greatest joy and the hardest, the biggest anxiety in my life is artistry and like getting better at it. And most people who are a non-major who think it's like a degree, you know, it's like any other class. It's kind of a very rude awakening for some types.
Yeah, it definitely can be.
Hey, well, I think that this guy is, for the most part, based.
He is based and pog.
I was right about to say that. It's actually right. I was right when you were saying it. I was right about to say based and pog-pilled. I'm also shaking from this coffee here. A lot of coffee in my system.
Too much caffeine.
Too much caffeine, but that's the fun of it. Guys, art should be a hobby. You know, you can't. If you're trying to make money off this craft, get your head in the right space first, and then start making.
Which there are also ways to be employed as an artist. There are things you can do to be employed as an artist. So don't take.
Yeah.
There are art careers out there. They exist. But unfortunately, they are becoming fewer and far between, which is unfortunate.
Or in the AI era.
Not even just the AI era, but just there's not a lot of support for the arts in businesses all the time anymore. They just don't hire artists for things.
That's the thing. I'm actually this is maybe a weird opinion. I actually don't think that there's not a lot of art jobs. I think that there's actually a fairly deep jobs. It's just maybe not the most glamorous entire world for a lot of people.
That's fair. Graphic design is something that is always booming. And I think you have to be more specific about what type of art you're doing to have an art career inherently. So for you would not enjoy a photography career because a photography career usually means you're a wedding photographer or you are an event photographer or something like that. But that is still an art career.
Sure.
Yeah. Also just don't know some jobs exist. That's true. I would say that was the first thing I had to tell, because my parents were a little weird when I wanted to go to college for art. I think that was the only thing that they ever gave me pushback for, which the appeasement was, hey, I'm also going to college for chem, so it'll be okay, don't worry.
Somebody just asked a really great question in the chat. I'm sorry to cut you off, but someone said, can your students get good grades in your class if they weren't born with art ability?
I don't think anyone's born with art abilities, first off.
Yeah, I don't think that they are. And that's kind of the fun of it, is that art is, something that you have to grapple with all the time. And I've said this before, and we've talked about it. I don't think we ever talked about it on stream, but as an art teacher, I love when a student isn't actually that good. You know what I mean? Or not that.
I love new students who have never done art before and who are interested in it, because they tend to have the most open minds when it comes to the art process. They're not being bogged down by things other people have told them they can and cannot do. So they'll just have fun with it, and that is sort of the joy for me.
People, and that's more what you said in a way more eloquent way than I could say it. It's not this idea that they're bad at it, but it's actually someone that is really great off the bat or shows a lot of interest in something usually gets really discouraged at any pushback.
Yes.
Right? If you tell them if you tell them in the first week hey, you're really great at this, and then by the second week you're you didn't do this very good, they get very
they can also be afraid to take risks too, because if they know something works, they won't want to deviate from that, but as a result they may end up stagnating. So there's always a balance to be struck when you're trying to encourage your students who already are artists, between trying to encourage them to improve without putting them off from the process and without making them think that they have no idea what they're doing.
You want to there's part of the craft that is literally just experimentation. And if you have a student that doesn't want to experiment and they don't want to try new things, it can be really difficult to like to teach them. Like it's really hard to like get them to like understand and care about the process in a way. Like it really is like you should just be trying to. I don't think that there is a unique born talent. I think there are people that pick it up faster than other people.
Yes, there's people who it definitely comes more naturally to than others. I would say, because this is a thing that I've said many times before and you may all disagree with me about, and despite the fact that I just told you as a kid I was winning awards for art, drawing never came naturally to me. I've had a decent eye for like contrast and composition and movement forever. But just drawing inherently was never something that was easy for me. I was always behind a lot of my peers who were like art majors as far as technical skill in drawing went. All the way until I went to college, I would say I was behind. It wasn't until I had some real hardcore anatomy courses for figure drawing and stuff like that that I figured it out. But it's just one of those things where even when it doesn't come easily, if you love it, you'll push through and you will figure it out. Yeah. And it is worth figuring out. But yeah, I don't think anyone is inherently, born with the skill to be an artist. If it's something that's encouraged in you when you're younger, maybe you'll pick up the drive to do it forever, and you won't be as dejected if things aren't working right. But I would say
there's people that are like maestros, like immediately great at things. They like die early on. They just get bored with it a lot of the time too. Sure. Yeah. I think that it comes down to like you just have to like, because it's another problem with, again, what I was trying to say at the beginning of teaching is like it's not really, you're not if you're taking a art class to go in and like learn how to do the art, all of that stuff you can kind of sadly just learn on the internet. Like you can kind of do that. The point of an art class is to create a cool community of cool people all doing the same artistic practice.
All who care about the same thing.
Yes.
More or less.
Like you're just trying to bounce ideas off each other and have fun. And again, it's creating a sense of like understanding a deeper part of who you are. And if you can't do that, get out of that class because it's not going to be fun. Take another random one.
We're particularly, I think we're talking more about college art than we are about high school art, because high school art is very much teaching you technical process more than it is anything else. But once you reach college art, it is a lot more like critique based essentially, and it's more feedback based. It's trying to hone the skill you theoretically already have developed more than anything. So that's the part that I think is almost irreplaceable about college, and that's the thing that I miss the most is feedback. That's why yesterday when I was designing, or not yesterday, that was Wednesday, and I was like, I need Joby to come tell me what I'm doing wrong, help.
Yeah. That's essentially what art class is, sadly, and it's not a bad thing. Is that art just a class for people to tell you what you're doing wrong,
or maybe also what you're doing right? But
yes, no, but I think that people hear that. I hate that people think that the word wrong is like bad. Like,
I tend to use the phrasing what you're doing effectively and what you're doing ineffectively.
Sure. I'm more saying that it's like it would be terrible if you wasted your time doing something. And you just need to know what your weaknesses are. We can bring this back to tanks, actually.
Sure.
Because I can tell you one thing that I know I can do decently well so far is painting the tank itself. But to give any like ground or biome or any diorama, I cannot do. I'm literally holding this thing. I made this thing like months ago, and there's still parts of it coming off. This looks terrible. This is really bad.
But it was your first try at something. You'd never be perfect at something the first time you do it.
And that's what I'm trying to articulate the point. Yeah. Is that if you just stick with it and try other things, you'll eventually get better at it. And if you just get kind of burnt out the first time you do something, that sucks, and you're not going to want to do it anymore, and you're not going to have fun with it.
Here, I'll tell you all something very relatable. Joby is kept up at night thinking about painting tanks, so if any of you are worried about the fact that you stress about your creations being good enough or that you'll be able to do what you want to do for them, that is normal. That is how it goes a lot of the time. Joby loves painting tanks, but Joby will be laying in bed at midnight like, EG, what if I screwed up? What if I screwed up? What if I mess it up tomorrow? What do I do? And I'm like, what you do is you stop thinking about it right now because you're not painting tanks at the moment.
That's another thing that it's like, it makes it seem like this is like my craft, when in reality, what I do, most importantly, the thing that brings me the most joy is photography.
Yeah, Joby's a photographer. This is Joby's first like big foray into painting, and I'm so proud.
Yeah, I like, but I do the same thing with photography. I'm talking a big game. It makes me sound like I'm confident. I'm really not. I am usually always very scared about everything that I'm doing.
That's true. You're usually always being like, hey, EG, am I a good photographer? And I'm like, well, yes, but also, why? Why are you asking me this? You need to have a little more confidence in yourself.
I love Absbore at Absbore in the chat. Even if it will never look like in your head, you still do it. That's the realest thing I've ever heard.
That's the way you gotta do it. Yeah.
And that is because again, people always say that it's like it's never truly as beautiful in your head.
But nobody knows what it looks like in your head except you, so they can appreciate the beauty that has been created without sort of the burden of expectation.
But as bad as this is gonna sound, usually the thing that I make that was not in my head looks better.
That's true. Sometimes when you go in with too much of a plan, you don't allow yourself to have those happy accidents or to try new, fresh things that may solve issues you hadn't even considered occurring.
So one thing I'm going to say right here to everybody, because I've now been just kind of sitting here waiting for this thing to base, and I feel really bad because I'm not really doing anything with the tank, but it is based, and it
pog-pilled,
looks, again,
and sorry.
It's based in pog-pilled. The one thing I want to stress is that the overall, like, detail on this BTR with that airbrush paint looks so great. The detail is immaculate, and it's why I stand by this product so much.
You really do sound like you're sponsored.
If you give me, and if you use my promo code.
No, you can't even joke about that. Twitch will smite me.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'm not actually. I really am not sponsored. I have no stake in any commerce. I'm not involved in this corporation. But I'm trying to. I have this other IFE, this Bradley here that I need to paint, but I'm so mortified, and I'm going to explain why right here. I ordered a paint that was supposed to come in and it didn't come in, and I'm kind of upset about that because I want to paint this tank. I have a lot of green tanks, and I like green tanks, but I also have a lot of tanks like this Abrams that is that kind of beautiful desert camouflage, and the problem is I want to paint desert camouflage, but all my model makers out there know that painting yellow sucks. The worst color in the entire world. And I've already painted the bottom of this tank, and it looks crazy. I don't know what.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. It looks like it turned into like graham cracker.
It looks like mush, and luckily, this is what I always test what the color's gonna look like on the bottom, because then no one's gonna see it, right? Like, you know, I don't think most people pick up the tank and go, "Oh, let me see the bottom."
Let me look at the bottom of your tank real quick.
Yeah, like
it does look like cardboard. Yeah, from a distance also.
It looks weird. So, but that paint is currently sitting in a what is it? It's currently sitting in a Dropbox somewhere that I have to go pick up because I was too lazy.
Oh, I didn't know you had to pick it up. I thought it was gonna deliver here, and we just didn't know when it was delivering here.
It was gonna deliver here, and I said nope. I want the faster way so I can have it for this stream. But then it's never got delivered, so it's
still not here.
It's probably there. So I have this Iraqi sand color that I really love, and that color is probably gonna be what I'm gonna paint over this. And if I don't like it, I'll just put another layer. It's just really warm. It's a warm yellow.
Sure.
So it might be too warm. It might be just right. Who knows?
Who knows?
The key is, if you don't like how it looks, you literally just go and wash the whole thing off.
Yep.
and restart.
Take it to the sink.
As terrible as it sounds, I have taken many tanks to the sink just to completely scrub off and redo. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna try that here. Oh, before I do that, I'm gonna go and get that Gary and show them that on the thing real quick.
Oh, sure. Let's see how long it takes Joby to unearth himself from the wires. Hi.
stuck in there with those wires.
Yes, you are. Close the door. All the way. Thanks. There we go. Joby has retrieved Gary from me. Joby's come into my room.
Okay, so we just retrieved Gary, and I think he looks quite wonderful.
Hold a little closer. The camera's very forgiving. I hate how textured he is, but he looks way better on camera than he does in reality. Only his cap is painted. I didn't paint his body yet.
Yeah, the body is still regular, you know. I'm gonna try and shield it so you can see a little bit more detail. But like really texture shaded in there, like all of it cell shading all throughout it. It looks really great. I really like 3D printed. Yes, Gary was 3D.
Yeah, there's a bigger one. I don't remember where he is, but there's a bigger one that had some lines on it when I was still figuring out some of the settings for my printer. That is not my favorite, but he's not bad. He's okay.
I think he looks great. I love the little cell shading around the cap, and you guys can kind of see it. There's the little drippies off the bottom of him. Because it's literally it's the 3D model ripped from Blender.
Well, I had to edit him pretty significantly so he could 3D print because he's set up to be really like low poly essentially for streams. Yeah. So I had to increase his polys a good bit. But he turned out okay. He did rip the bottom of our tray though.
Oh,
did you remember?
Did destroy the tray. We went through so many trays.
We did.
From like, I don't even remember what it was or
so
why
we should explain what that means. I don't know if they know how resin printing works, but when you resin print, you have sort of this like little vat of resin, and it has a silicone bottom on it, or it's not actually silicone, but it's similar to silicone. And we would be printing, and suddenly we'd pick up the whatchamacallit, the tray. And all this resin would just start gushing out of it. We were like, oh no! And it kept happening. It happened over and 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 over again. And we finally figured out what it was. We thought originally it was because I was using a metal spatula in the tray when I was doing my clear ups, and that probably wasn't helping. But,
that probably was not helping.
But the actual real culprit, Debbie, do you want to show them the real culprit?
The real culprit of why we were getting holes in our screen was these beautiful trench pilgrims and their really, really pointy heads.
Their helmets, part of the top tip of them would separate if they didn't print correctly, and then when the tray would go down to start the next print after the pilgrim, it would push that super sharp little point through the bottom of the tray.
Yeah, and it would.
So we would never figure out the problem while the print that was causing the issue was in, essentially. We had to wait. It was always the next one after where the issue would become apparent.
And resin is not toxic, but it's like a gigantic mess.
Oh, it is toxic. It's toxic.
It's toxic. The one we have is not toxic.
Ours is safe to print indoors. Ours doesn't off-gas anything that's toxic, but it's still not good to have it on your hands. And boy, did we get it all over our hands.
Yeah. And it would get everywhere and it was a total mess. To all my players out there who are into that wargaming stuff, you might notice that I've now attached a 60mm base to the bottom of my 25mm auto Bushmaster cannon for the Bradley. And I'm now have an actual thing I can hold, so I don't have to keep putting it down.
There you go. That's good.
I'm gonna start mixing this paint, and I'm gonna try not to have a panic attack about it. You know what? Before I do that, I'm actually going to try a new thing. I'm just gonna try and dry brush the paint on there, and see if it works. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna cry, and I'm gonna stop doing it.
Please don't cry.
We're not gonna cry. We're gonna take a little bit of this Iraqi sand.
We're not gonna cry. We're gonna take some Iraqi sand. Is what we're gonna do.
We're gonna take some of this Iraqi sand, and that's model color Iraqi sand. This was recommended on a forum I was reading that said if you want a beautiful desert camouflage, look this up. Another great tool, another great thing that you should always use the greatest tool for any person who is model painting. You gotta have a really old paper towel. You gotta have a paper towel that is, I mean, just saturated in paint, and have that ready for your dry brushing. Gotta be my favorite tool in the whole 3D
whole trade.
Whole trade. And I'm barely taking any off. Do you have actual sand in the paint? Yes, I mixed a little bit of sand in the paint.
No, Jubby's lying.
I love to lie.
Yes, you do.
I just love lying a lot.
God, yeah, we haven't had much Jubby lying yet this stream, but it'll happen. Just give it time.
Okay, so I'm actually dry brushing that on, and it actually doesn't look that bad so far. Usually you have to dry brush, and you might be saying, Jubby, that's not really dry brushing. You're actually just putting the paint on there because you barely took any off. You're right. And but I promise you, it's gonna look bad at first. But then we're gonna go in with an oil wash, and it's not gonna look bad.
There you go.
You can always fix it in post with that oil wash.
Fix it in post. Okay. Yep.
And we're just gonna go through this. We're just gonna add a good amount of that there. We don't want to gunk up those details.
Did you put a mini painting handle on your throne? Can I tell you a thing? I actually offered to buy Jubby one on Monday, and Jubby said no. I have a $50 gift card, and I was like, Jubby, I'll just buy it for you. And Jubby was like, no, I like my method of using museum putty tack to hold my guy in place. And I was like, I will not argue with you. That's fine. So don't think I haven't tried. I tried. I tried very hard.
And what's even funnier is you could download. There's so many 3D models where you
we could probably download a 3D model of something you could use to hold it, and then not have to buy something. But again, you were very resistant to.
Hey, if it works, it works. You know what I mean? And that's all I have to say about that.
Sure, and that's all they wrote.
That's all they wrote. And you might be thinking, in this economy, dry brushing so much paint onto here, and essentially just putting it into a paper towel, and I say yes. In this economy, because you know what? You just do what you gotta do. You just put the paint on the plastic, and once you put the paint on the plastic, it's gonna look great. Right. And hey, look at that. That's not looking terrible. And you're saying, Jubby, you're going over the same area while the paint's still drying. Isn't that bad? Yes. It's really bad. You're not supposed to do that. But again, it's about engaging with the process. It's about trying something new and learning as we do it.
Do things even if they seem like they're really bad is what we're learning.
We do, because here's the thing. Nothing can be that bad. You know what I mean?
That's true. Nothing's permanent in this process.
And you know what? Hey, I don't hate that. I don't hate that yet. I'm not gonna like that in a second because the texture is abysmal. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a really light, and I'm talking light. It's gonna be a light paint. It's gonna be essentially almost a wash of that, and I'm gonna put that over it. You like this goblet of what looks like mud on my?
Can I see it? Oh, you do have a nice goblet of mud.
This is a ketchup cup that I've turned into my water source, and it just works so well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it do work well.
How's everybody's Friday going? What do we got on the?
What? Jubby?
What? Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, your voice stopped for a second.
Sorry, my voice stopped. It might be the internet in here. How's everybody's Friday going? Got on?
Mine's going pretty well. Ketchup cup? Yeah.
That's a ketchup cup. Hoshi, this is a paradigm you gotta get on. It's a cup you put ketchup in.
Yeah. Why do we even have that?
I don't know. This is in everyone's kitchen. Everyone has one of these, and no one ever uses them. They put the ketchup straight on the plate. Oh my God, yeah. I've gone into I inspect people's kitchens for my work.
You inspect people's kitchens for your work. Jubby, why are you lying?
Why you always lying?
Ooh, I'm pissing my computer off trying to... There we go. I just wanted to make the skin tone less, orange. You were looking a little too orange.
Are you looking a little orange?
Not you, the thing I'm drawing. Oh, and it's freaking out. Oh, it's okay. It's all right. It figured out what it was doing. We're good.
Okay. one second here, guys. Another thing, this is on... I stand by these brushes. I stand by a good brush and good paint. But a lot of people who paint these things, they use airbrushes, and I don't have the money for that. Psych. I do.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah,
there it is.
Right here.
Yeah, I got the whole compressor out. That's good.
Yeah, I got the whole compressor out, and I'm going to be doing this inside here.
Great.
Let me just get this going here. A lot of people will tell you. It's really chaotic. A lot of people will tell you that this is the best way to put the stuff on the model, and I agree. And I've never used one of these things before because I don't really know how they work.
You agree, and you've never used one. Yep, true.
One sec. I need to find a plug. I thought I could plug this into this plug. I can't plug it in here. Give me 1 sec here, chat. Let me get this whole thing set up.
Joey, you're concerning the Shroomates quite thoroughly, I think.
Why are they concerned?
Mask? Question mark, exclamation point?
Why are they saying mask?
Because they think you're going to actually use an airbrush in our living room.
Let me plug this in here real quick. No, you don't need to worry about particulates. This stuff is quite fine. I have the gauge set to a normal. Let me just get this thing going.
Gauge? Oh, don't do this to me, please.
I'm talking about a
so
mask.
Loud.
No. I promise it's gonna be fine.
So it's gonna be so loud.
This is the airbrush we use.
Oh.
And it even comes with a little dropper to put the water in.
Uh-huh.
So I'm just gonna attach this real quick. Let me just get that going. You want to put a little water in this thing? I got a little bit of this muddy here. All right.
If any of you ever wondered what life is like with Joby.
Just get this. Let me just see how loud this is. Yeah, it's not too loud. Whoops.
That's funny. I think Discord is actually canceling all of it out, so we can't even hear it.
I think I just shorted the switch. It immediately turned off. Did not wait. Did I do something? Okay. Let me see. Maybe it unplugged itself.
Oh, Joby, my Joby.
I think it unplugged itself here.
Okay.
And it had an electrical stop there. Let me just... I promise this is a good idea.
The problem is this is a good idea? Is that what you just said?
I'm trying to teach everybody how to airbrush because there's no tutorials online. Not a single one.
Okay. Yeah, no, not a single one.
Really reaching back trying to get this in the wall outlet. I can't see it. I'm trying to do it by, when you're trying to plug your phone in late at night and you're trying to do it without the
You're doing it by sound?
Yep. Oh, there we go. Got it back in there. All right, let's get that compressor going.
Save me from this hell.
Here's the thing. Yeah, I think this thing died. I think it's not working. It's full of pressure here. What if this thing explodes? It's kind of like...
Is the PSI gauge still giving you a reading for pressure?
Yeah, it's saying that it's at 50 PSI. I think you can blow air. Oh, man. All right, let me just... I hope this thing doesn't turn to shrapnel here in a second. Let me just...
For the love of God. Compressors are rated for way higher than that. It's not going to turn into shrapnel. But what are you doing? Actually, what are you doing?
I'm trying to get the... Oh, hey, there it goes. Wait. Yep. All right, we got the compressor going here.
Is 50 PSI a lot? It's not in the grand scheme of the thing. It's not that huge, but
this is
it's shaking everything.
It's shaking the whole table.
You guys are enjoying the chaos that you're getting to now enjoy for stream. If anyone thought this was gonna be a calm, relaxing, EG stream, think again. Jubby's here. Did you forget? Did you forget Jubby's here?
and I'm gonna start putting I'm gonna put a little water in this thing. Run some water through it real quick. Because you want to talk about getting a nice clean look to your model. You gotta get the whole compressor out. It's so loud.
I'm very close to the tank. I'm going to get airbrushed.
Gary's afraid he's gonna get airbrushed. Can you move him?
Yeah, I'm gonna. This bit went on longer than I wanted it to.
Yeah,
because I'm trying to teach you.
Sure.
You don't need. Here's the thing. You don't need an airbrush, but let me put this away here.
Are you gonna finally admit to everyone that you were never actually going to airbrush anything?
No, because I don't know how to do it. You can't do it inside.
Yeah, no. Joby, literally before we started stream, was running around the house like crazy trying to find the airbrush. I was like, what are you doing? We start in like a minute, and you were like, I have to do a really funny bit with the compressor.
I was gonna get the compressor.
Your funny bit is just stressing everyone out.
Yeah, it's getting the airbrush on the table and shake the whole table. That was the bit I was trying to go for. Now I gotta clean all this up.
Oh my
everywhere.
God.
There's like 100 pieces everywhere.
Yep.
Airbrush. Get that gauge off the table. And don't worry, guys. I drained all the air out. It's got no air in it.
I drained all the air. That's good.
Right. This is a really complex setup here, too, because there's so many wires. Just shove that back in the box.
There's a lot of interesting noise happening from this.
So what's great, guys, is that whole bit gave me enough time to let that paint dry. So I'm gonna now start painting again. Once I get my bearings here a little bit.
That's good. Good work. I'm glad you could kill that time.
So now that we airbrushed a little texture on there, which is great, now we can go in there with a little bit of water, and I'm gonna use my Vallejo branded Precision Synthetic Zero. It's gotta be one of my favorite brushes. I mix that with a little bit of this water, and you might be thinking, Jubby, that's really dirty water. Yes, it is, but it's all right because there's a lot of pigment in this paint. You really want to make sure it's good, so you test it on the nail, and that looks like milk, so that's good. Now we're gonna just start putting it on the model.
There you go.
Very, very small, subtle ways. We're just gonna get into those nooks and crannies there. Just gonna give that a little bit of that'll. You want to put on like four coats of this paint. You want it to look.
I just need you to know that what you're doing is actually so far away from the camera that it's barely visible. I can't tell you're doing anything. It just looks like you're waving a brush near your print or near your model.
My fault, guys.
Just a note.
Hey, thank you, because that's the kind of creative feedback I need. It's just that you're not doing it right.
I saw a question of, does Jubby rage bait often? I actually had to yell at Jubby yesterday in the kitchen to stop rage baiting me because we didn't really get to see each other very much yesterday. And the first, I think, 15 minutes of us hanging out yesterday was you just rage baiting me about making dinner.
I was rage baiting a little bit, and that's okay.
Is that not what everyone dreams of when they finish a long day of work? Is their partner rage baiting them over dinner?
Their partner comes up to them and says, "Hey, what do you?" And it wasn't that we were like, "Hey, what do you?" I think the joke was like, "What do you want to make for dinner?" And everything
I said, you said no to.
and the funny part was, I wanted to make all that stuff.
Yeah, I got overruled on everything I said, and I was like, "Why'd you ask me? Why did you even ask me?"
But then we made. I think what was the original thing.
Yes, we did.
I like to be a little drama queen a little bit.
You are a little drama queen.
You know, we love a
6'2" little drama queen.
I think I'm more than just that, but we can.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
What do you mean by that?
I'm trying to paint right now, and I got.
Yeah.
I'm trying. You really want to water it down. You don't want to lose any of your detail in there. But it's looking. Wow, I'm really out of frame here. Let me put that back in the frame. So yeah, what's everybody up to? What's everybody doing?
I saw Amber say that she went and saw the Backrooms movie, which you still haven't seen, have you?
I still haven't seen that. I really want to, because look good. My friend said it was really nice. Really nice. He was thinking about it. And if he liked it, I was like, oh, I'll probably enjoy it. the youngest director ever, which I don't think is true, because I think that's like there's so many.
It might just be like the youngest director for like whatever type of release that was. Ever.
Or like I think for A24 in general.
Yeah, or something.
Yeah.
Because like I could believe that maybe. Have we all heard the insanity of A24 trying to copyright strike everything that relates to the backrooms as a concept, especially and including things that existed prior to the movie? Did you hear about that?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy.
It's wild. Why are y'all doing that?
And I think that they realized their error and tried to fix it, but it's like you already did the content.
You've gone too far.
The strikes already went through.
Yeah. Terrible, horrible, evil, mean, rude. Also, didn't they sign some AI contract recently? AI21 did sign AI21. Yeah, we should call them that now.
AI21.
They did. They signed, or they added, like, some, I don't want to say, like, subscription, but, like, something to their, like, studio, and they were like, this will help artists to better realize their designs they're making. What? For what reason? For why? Why is that necessary? Terrible, bad, evil, mean. But, yeah. Strange things. Hopefully I think they tried to backpedal on that one also. So, I don't know if that's still even what's happening, but who knows. My dad hated the movie. It was too confusing for him. I know there were some people being critical of the movie because it has apparently just like a couple weird parts where, how would I explain it? Like weird things where it like breaks the 180-degree rule, or like there's just some like things that don't make sense where like people are running away but like not actually running away even though their life is in danger or something. So I have heard critiques of it already too.
Well, dog, the backrooms seem so scary, dog. Like I'd be freaking out. Everyone keeps talking about like, hey, what backrooms do you want to be in? This is your month, your backrooms, dog. I'd be scared as heck.
I don't want to be in any of them. To be so real with you.
Be so for real with me right now. Like that would be very, very scary.
Yeah. If I'm being so for real with you, scary. Ain't worth it. I'm not going in there. They had sets? Was it bad green screen running? No, I don't think it was that. What is the 180-degree rule? Hey, Jubby, do you want to explain that?
The 180-degree rule is a rule in filmmaking, usually when characters are sharing a scene of dialogue. You do not, in the 180-degree rule, you have to set up your dialogue on a 180-degry swing. Let me get a piece of paper and a pen here. All right, I have a pen, and I don't have a piece of paper to write on. I have a paper plate here from when I was having a peanut butter sandwich earlier. So let me just get this in here. So say, I'm just gonna move this out of the way here. Say that you have a person here and a person here, and they are sharing dialogue. Man, you can't even see that. Yeah, you got this dialogue happening. Your camera needs to be placed on an axis, like here, where your video. I'm gonna draw like a really basic video camera, but your camera has to film the dialogue on this arc. If it's not, if you take the camera and say put it over here, not in this 180 degrees. It'll make the scene confusing. You have no spatial awareness. So you need to make sure that you don't break this rule, apparently. I don't know. So, I've seen people break it and it's fun.
Yeah, there's sometimes where you can break it and it's fine. There's just a couple times they break it and it ends up being like spatially confusing, which, you know what, thematically could make sense for the backrooms. The whole place is supposed to be spatially confusing a little bit, but it just apparently made it hard to track what was going on in the scene or something. So, I don't know. I guess it could go either way. Yeah. Camera doesn't rotate more than 180 degrees around the characters. They don't swap sides and because who's left and right. Often used in comics too. That's true.
Yeah,
the only time I saw a person run weird was perfectly sensible. Oh, okay, sure. Maybe people are just being needlessly critical. That happens.
I think that people are a little needlessly critical. I mean, the kid's like, he's 18.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's true.
Quite young. Like, I mean, this is her first movie, and he had help from other directors, but like, that's the one thing where, like, you know, I kind of critique there's a lot of opinions towards, you know, we always say the same thing when we talk about, which is like, we teach you the rules so you can break them.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's so funny when people are like, you have to follow all the rules, but then also simultaneously be like, but when people break the rules, it's kind of fun.
I know.
But it's a little difficult.
Say, I don't know if I've been interested about that movie too, but I wonder if it'd be too freaky for me. I don't do well with suspense particularly, or jump scare.
Yeah, you don't like suspense and/or jump scare.
Thank you for repeating after me.
Which is funny because, like, there are some movies. Didn't you like Uncut Gems?
I did. I didn't mind the suspense in that one, but that's because the danger in that is like realistic danger. Paranormal suspense I don't like. Does that make any sense at all?
No, it makes sense, but I remember I was talking to someone about it where I was talking about The Bear, and I remember that we tried watching The Bear, and you could not watch The Bear because it was too much stress. But I was like, but Bae loved Uncut Gems.
I did like Uncut Gems. I think it's also because Uncut Gems is like a movie, so the runtime is limited. Meanwhile, like for however long that movie is, what, 2 or so hours? That's fine. I can tolerate it for that long. But in a show, how long are episodes of The Bear?
They're like 20 minutes. They're like 20, 30 minutes.
So after like 4 episodes of it, I've already reached a full movie quantity. And then if there's way more episodes than that, and I think we only made it to episode 4 for that reason. And then I just couldn't do it anymore, essentially.
Which is valid. I really like The Bear. I think it's a great show. But yeah, I remember that was a thing. You really don't do well with suspense.
Nope. I'm a win.
Guys, I'm currently having that thing happen where I'm mixing up my paint and it's starting to leach the base coat. It's not supposed to do. I've let this thing sit for like 3 days, so I'm trying not to panic and I'm trying not to think about it. And we're just gonna put the first base coat down. It's gonna look a little weird, but it's gonna grip, and that's the important part. Yeah. And then we can fix problems as we see it in the next layer.
That's true.
Because remember that the name of the game is you keep going until it looks good.
Never give up, never surrender. Keep going until it looks good.
And if it doesn't look good,
it's not done.
Scrub it off in the sink and restart. And you can always restart by putting it in the sink.
There you go. All I know about Uncut Gems is how that one woman says it and that Adam Sandler is in it, but he's like good and not silly. That's true. Yes. Don't people talk about that movie as being like proof that Adam Sandler is a good actor?
A good actor.
Does really well with good direction, and he just like chooses not to
when
do that.
He's not directing the movie.
Yeah.
Like he has his own production company. He makes movies that are like particularly like just essentially like, you know, they make money. Like that's the thing, is that their whole thing is like it's just to make an exorbitant amount of money.
A cheap little cash dollar.
But if you have people that like really want to make a movie, and he shows that he is a good and competent actor. And I don't think people were saying that he wasn't a good actor, but I think they were like, it's good to see him in a serious role.
Oh, maybe that's more so what it is. Yeah.
Some people believe that his film, which he did, Jack and Jill, is the reason that Al Pacino like lost his career. What? Al Pacino was in this movie, which was Jack and Jill, where it's I forget. It's literally Adam Sandler playing himself as 2 different roles, where he's himself, but also as his sister in the context of the universe. So it's literally like, it's just it was critically hated. It was like one of the worst movies ever made. And Al Pacino has said, like, in interviews, he's like, that movie bankrupted me. He's like, that movie destroyed my career.
Poor Al.
It's like Al Pacino, a loving, wonderful, I don't know if he's loving, I don't know anything about him, but he is a great actor.
Yeah, I was saying, otherwise well-liked actor.
Like a beloved actor, like, you're talking Godfather, Heat, like some amazing roles he was in, and then simultaneously was in the film Jack and Jill, which was universally panned and hated.
Yeah. Well.
But Uncut Gems, great film, and really did enjoy that one. And yes, the girl does say it funny in the TikToks.
What?
She be like, I was the muse for Uncut Gems. She says gems. She says it like that. She says gems.
Okay.
I don't know why she said it like that. I don't know why she was talking like that.
Well, why not? If you have to say something, might as well say it fun.
Yeah, might as well say it fun. I mean, you always gotta make something sound greater than it is.
Yeah, this is true. I agree with this.
Yeah, I'm gonna let that dry. You know, I'm not hating this so far. It's not bad. It's not great either, but it's I'm not getting that bad texture, which is good. It definitely needs a couple more base coats, but I've been luckily given it enough time to really set, so I can kind of go in and add some more paint here where I need it. And again, you paint it black so that you have shadow detail, and then you come in with all this water and fill in all that shadow detail for no reason. So again, remember, do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah, fill in your shadow detail for no reason.
And then go back in later with a couple washes and fill them in again.
Hey, learning. Practicing.
I'm telling you,
perfection is dead.
Perfection, the key to perfection is in the imperfection. That was stated by the late great, well, he's not dead, but the wonderful Hamish Patterson on YouTube. He did bowl cut maintenance.
Oh, that's true. That guy.
My friend likes to do Jennifer Coolidge. That was what Hoshi just said.
Oh, that is kind of a popular accent these days.
It's a wonderful accent. She and I don't know where that comes from. Did she just smoke a lot? Is that a smoker's voice?
Maybe. I don't know. Because you were saying to me recently, you were like, she does not look like she'd make that noise. I think that was exactly the way you phrased it.
That is exactly the way I phrased it, and I don't know why I said it like that, but that is exactly how I phrased it.
Which didn't sound very nice, but...
I was saying it doesn't sound like she doesn't look like that's that's not what she would sound like. That's what I'm saying. Ah,
I see. Also, I finished the drawing.
Oh, very epic. Let's see it, guys.
Yep.
Oh, wow, that looks actually very epic. I'm looking at that right now on the TV.
Save. Why did it save as illustration? What? Strange and peculiar. It's not illustration! What is going on? That's fine. But there we go, 1 down! Yay! Wahoo! Not bad! Don't worry, I didn't forget the blush this time either. So let me find my next attack victim.
Whoa.
That is how this works, Joby. You are attacking people. Oh, I forget, the streammates can't hear it when I spin the wheel. They can't hear anything. It just goes. And they get to have no idea of what's happening. Yep.
Guys, what's everyone's favorite squeegee noise?
That is a good question.
Squeegee makes a lot of noises.
I do. I do make a lot of noises. They have a couple star freckles on their face. Oh, hang on, we can do that. They're not super high contrast. Hang on, I can add that though. I forgot about them because they weren't You can't even see the reference I have open, but the contrast wasn't super high. Ooh, where's my skin layer? Where's my skin layer? Where are my layers? Help! Come here. Come here, come here. There we go. There, so there's one here next to the nose. And there's one here by the mouth. About. There we go. And then there's like a smaller one that's like here-ish. Which may need to be on top of the blush. Nope, it shouldn't be clipped to the blush though. There we go. I can clean this up a little bit. But thank you for pointing out to me, Brocat. I will upload this after stream because I don't have enough time to do all the edits while on stream, or I just won't get through all of the drawings, unfortunately, that I would like to do. But there we go. There are some star freckles. Actually, this one should be a little bit lower, maybe. And this one should be below the nose. There. Bam! And now we're good. Save. It's being real weird about saving. The Mario? Oh.
Yeah, can we get a Mario?
Wow! Wow! If I do it with too much sauce, it completely clips out still, and I haven't fixed it. Joby, can you do an impression of your favorite EG noise? That's a good question.
Oh, that's a great question.
Wow! Oh, I do go. You gotta be a little higher pitched for it, Joby.
You know, something like that.
Joby and I use the catch-all sound effect of meep meep. Meep meep is hello, goodbye, I need your attention for something. Please look at the thing I'm pointing at. Please look at me. Meep meep is also, that's great, and also, that's fine, and I'm not giving you another answer. Meep meep is okay.
Yeah, meep meep is just fine.
Meep meep means everything's gonna be alright. What a useful phrase. Yeah, you guys should all embrace meep meep in your heart. I don't know if I meep meep on stream very much, but
I haven't meep meeped on stream in a long time, actually.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't really do that on stream. It's mostly just Joby communication, EG to Joby communication. I'm speaking right into your mind.
Yeah, calling all Jubbies, meep meep.
Calling all Jubbies. Meep meep, in fact. Very, very, very meep meep.
Very meep meep coated.
Very meep meep coated. I forgot to use the spinner and it undid its thing somehow, and I don't know why that did that. I don't understand how any of this works. How does this work? Excuse me. Pardon me. Hello? Spinner. It's not working. It's not working! I can't have an automatically determined thing. Why? It's not working.
It's okay, babe. Don't even worry about it. Don't even sweat it.
I'm sweating a lot. I'm sweating very much right now. I'm sweating excessively at the minute.
Guys, Squiiji's having a panic attack. Let's get like a woo in the chat.
It's gonna be alright. Every little thing's gonna be alright.
Gonna be alright.
Because I said so. Oh my gosh, I got a new attack, and it's Puffed Pie! Puffed Pie drew me again! Puff Pie has drawn me every year for Art Fight, and I'm so happy about it. You know what? I'm gonna do a revenge on Puff Pie again. Because Puff Pie and I are in fact not on the same team. I think we were on the same team at one point. Oh my god. Because I think I had asked a bunch of the Shrewmates to draw Puff Pie's characters. And I think a couple of them did. Puff Pie did get a couple defenses at least. So thank you guys for drawing for them. I should draw one for them. But wait, look at this whole art they made me. It's Peach! This is incredible! Look at this! Here, Joby, you'll have to see it on the stream. And I don't even think I can, like, show you the proper full dimension of it. But look, it's me in my summer attire. I look like I'm having fun. I'm in the water. Here's Gary, also drowning in the water. In the background, we have EG Fursona, who is getting a drink at a cabana with some little Shrewmates. There's Mayumi, one of my characters, who's playing volleyball against more Shrewmates. We have more Shrewmates. There's Elise, my knight character. More bears. That's her bear. Oh my god, look at you guys! This is so cute! I have to fight back.
That came out beautiful. Look at that. Oh, I love that one little guy in the chair.
Yeah, look at them. This is so cute. And it says thank you, parasailing in the distance. I'm fine. I have to respond to this attack. I drew Puff Pie 2 years ago and hadn't revenged them since, and Puff Pie was the first person to draw me ever. So I would like to draw them again. I need that as a wallpaper. I can ask them if they'd be okay with us using this as a wallpaper because it's so pretty. I love the like colored pencil-y texture thing that's going on. All like the lens flare of the splash. This is so cute. What the heck? Let me see some of their characters to see if I can pick one. I don't know if Puff Pie has an whatchamacallit, a persona, because I usually pick those ones to draw. The character that I drew for them before is this one, which might be still fun to draw in this style. They don't have arms, but they're just a little plant guy. Look how cute they are! I could use like the hat to be like the front hair, and then these little bits could come in the side maybe. I'll pay them money. I could let them know. We can see what their thoughts are about this. But we've got Forest Nymph maybe as an option. The first character they have listed is this one, which is a fox. And you know what? I have had fun drawing non-human characters, but I fear that a fox won't work because we don't have bangs to frame the face, so I might not go for that one. I can do furries when they have, like, hair, essentially. Oh, they have a couple human characters. There's this one, and there's this one, which might be fun. Oh, that one might be fun. Hang on. I gotta make a decision now. This is always the hardest part. I don't know if I want to draw a hat, but the sunglasses here might be fun. If we give this character sunglasses. Oh, thank you for beverage. I will take a sip. Or I won't, because my water's out. Hey, Javi!
Yep.
Actually, I'll go do it. Can you entertain them while I come out?
I can get some water for you. That's no problem, because I'm close.
That's true. If you want to.
I need to let this dry anyway. So let me just... Because I made some serious progress. This turret looks great. The body is looking rough, but I will... just give me a second here.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. I think I'm going to draw this creature for Puff Pie. There we go. We'll put this in here so it's somewhere where I can draw from it. I'm so happy. So I'm not doing art break this year. I had to literally email them my drawing of one of their OCs. Oh, but that's so sweet. Well, that's so sweet. I'm so proud of Shroommates for attacking them because when we had first looked, they had received like no attacks halfway through this month, and I was like, that's heartbreaking. I cannot let that be. That cannot happen. Essentially. Hi, Joby. Oh, you got me a whole new cup.
Fresh out the Brita filter.
Thanks, crisp, clean wooter. Thank you. Wait, they even said that in the note. Puff Pie said, "Hi Squiiji, I received the art from my email that was sent by a Shroommate. Their name is Edward. Their art of Pawn is so cute, and I literally jumped out of my bed and was excited for the whole week. I'm so honored and happy you remembered me and even mentioned me during your streams. Thank you so much, it means a lot. Went to a recent stream and saw you in your summer outfit. It was so good. Got the idea for the artwork of all your characters going to the beach. Hope this drawing is like a way to thank you for your kindness. Thank you so much again and have a great day. Thank you for drawing me. I'm gonna draw you again. We're gonna keep the party going. So I'm gonna draw the little cat-like creature that they have. Oh, this is so fun. I'm gonna cry. Yeah, I'm glad I can forward the message to you, Edward. Thank you for drawing them. And thank you to any other Shroommates who drew them. Very kind of all of you. But oh, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Yay! Oh wait, here, we'll draw this, but before I forget to show you, I did also significantly edit my character design that I made for Mavuika, and I just want to show you that real quick before I lock back in. She's not done. She's a little rough around the edges still, but I did make the drawing look better. I fleshed it out a little bit better. I figured out what was going on with the clothing more, so now I can share with other people it. And there's a good reason why we sleep on designs, so this was much better after I took a Snork Mimimi and I was like, zigzags, too much, keep her original collar, more exaggeration in some of the pose elements. I still have to do some edits for clarity here because some of the values just get too close. So like the sleeve gets lost in the hair right now from some of the shading. But I think she's working pretty well. I think the themes are reading pretty well. Joby, can you see the character that I have on screen right now? Let's do a Joby cold read.
Yeah. Let me see her. Am I to read her for abilities?
Just concept generally. Like what do you think she's about essentially, based on my version here? You can't even see the other one, but
she's got some beautiful tapestries going on.
Sure.
So I feel like it's got some kind of an older. What do I want to say? I want to say that.
I'm not sure you'll guess the culture necessarily because there are similar pattern works in a region a little bit, but
yeah, I'm getting kind of a middle East Eurasia, maybe. Maybe? No. Middle Eastern.
No, I mean, I think the... Actually, Joby, I don't know if you've actually looked at terribly much art from this region, unless I'm unaware of it. Most of your artwork you've looked at is all photography.
Yeah.
It's Mesoamerican, and I think the style for the...
Mesoamerican. Oh, no, definitely. I watched an anime. There's a wonderful anime. You guys might have seen it as being the anime that Malcolm in the Middle.
Oh, yeah, it is the anime from Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, and it's based off Mesoamerican folklore, and it's quite good. But yeah, I would say she's definitely standing on business. Love the hair, but I don't know much about her. I'd like to get to know her.
So, if you were to guess, like, anything about maybe, like, her personality, she has powers, what do you think her powers relate to? What type of role would she maybe play in a story? These are not questions you're often asked in art, probably, but for character design, the questions to ask.
I think that she's fiery. I think that she uses... she almost gives off a weightlessness, the way her hair... I almost want to say Phoenix-like.
Okay, sure.
I want to say that she's got so much... Again, I really need to specify spunky, like just so in her own era, and we love to see her.
She's got aura?
She's aura maxing.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So
that's my cold read on her.
So would you believe me if I told you that the character you're looking at here is somebody who is the ruler of a region who is also a biker? Like a motorcycle biker.
I don't know if I get biker, but...
see, that was the challenge here, was trying to get biker to come across clearly as a mixture with Mesoamerican clothing was not super easy, because she's wearing leather pants and a leather jacket. I haven't fully done the rendering to make it look like leather yet, because that'll probably help. Maybe, I imagine, I hope, but this is what she looked like before. This is what her design is like in the game, which I think is only reading as biker and not much else.
Definitely biker vibe. What game is this from?
This is from Genshin Impact.
Genshin.
In your defense, you didn't look like a ruler before. Hey, I'm saying it's not an easy concept to work with, and I'm glad that I attempted the challenge. I think once this looks more like leather, that'll help, but, you know, not every single drawing I ever make is going to be an 100% 10 out of 10 character design. Sometimes I make 5 out of 10s, sometimes I make 8 out of 10s, sometimes I make a 9 out of 10. I would say this is probably in like the 7.5 range. I'm not completely thrilled with it, but I think it's an improvement over what her in-game design was. And Diriam agrees with me. Thanks. I think ruler's more important than biker. That's fair. I mean, if you saw her on a bike in this outfit, this is still something that would be practical for wearing a bike. You're not going to burn your legs on anything hot. You're wearing your leather cover in case you fall off. Things like that. Maybe you're working still. I don't know how you're going to wear a helmet with this headdress on, but maybe there's some way of, like, giving her, like, a visor on it so that it is the biker helmet, you know? Maybe.
I one time burned my leg really bad wearing shorts on a 250 dual sport, right on the exhaust pipe.
Yep, it's always the exhaust pipe that gets you. It's always the exhaust pipe. My grandmom has a giant scar on her leg from getting on my grandfather's motorcycle, I think when she was 16.
There you go.
And she wasn't supposed to be dating him, so she had to lie to her mom and say she dropped her curling iron on her leg.
Oh my gosh.
And it was like...
That's epic.
Kind of nasty, unfortunately, as a burn. But yeah, kind of rough. But anyways, design. How do you decide what to keep versus what to cut from a character design? I'm afraid of over-designing. A lot of the times when I'm designing, I didn't do it for this one. I will design a chibi before I design the full thing. Just because with a chibi, you only have so much space to work with. So then once I scale it up to being a full 5 heads tall character, I know that I won't add a ton after that. Or if I do, it has to be things that are sort of inconsequential to the understanding of the character. The good news is that it can be easier to remove or to add detail than it is to remove detail. So I always err on the side of simplistic until I get to sort of final stages in designing, and at that point I can say, okay, let's add small details. Make sure your focus is mostly on large and medium objects up front. And then you can add little tiny things. So like the pattern work is the small detail here, which I ignored all of the pattern work until I pretty much was at the end of the design. And then I put it in there because, you know, the rest of it has to work before the patterns. And the patterns can't be too distracting once they're added. I have to corral them to small places, you know? But this would be maybe a 7.5 out of 10. Not my greatest work, but I think it's an improvement from what we had before. Religion or helmet she breaks. Thanks, Joby.
I think it's a 10 out of 10.
Very kind of you, Joby. I'm happy that you think so. I also think 10 out of 10 in my heart, but I don't know if Genshin fans would agree with either of us. Also, being humble, I'm critical of my own design work a lot of the time, and it's because I think that my skills are not well suited for anime style design all the time. Still, I'm way better at anime style design than I was, I would say, especially 2 years ago. 2 years ago, I kind of had no idea what I was doing with anime style design. Joby, can you confirm that? Actually, I don't know if you can.
I can't confirm that because, like, literally you gave a panel talk about anime design.
Well, that was last year.
Yeah, but I just feel like I agree with what one of the chat members just said, which is, yeah, you do undersell your ability to know this stuff. I mean, like, you are incredibly talented at this.
Thanks.
So it's like,
I know what I'm talking about. I feel like my execution, as far as anime art style goes, doesn't always live up to it, though. I'm definitely better in cartoony styles with character design, just because I tend to under-design a little bit for anime sensibilities, or I just don't... Like, the level of detail doesn't always end up being appropriate for an anime style. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. 10-4.
Like, I draw people in a 5-head tall type of proportioning, and that's sort of where my comfort zone is. So it's good for me to be getting out of that comfort zone. When I was working on my Uma Musume OC, that was really good practice for it, because there's just so much more space that you have to figure out how to deal with. And that's not always my favorite. You know. Hello again. Hi, Billy. Yes, I agree with Joby. That's fair. Easy to critique. Someone can be one's best and worst critic. That's true, too. I'm definitely my own worst critic. But here's the thing. If I only said nice things about my design work, I don't think I'd ever get much better at designing.
Sure. I think that we've talked about this before, but it's like, I actually am... I don't like when people undersell themselves, but I also like still vehemently hate when they oversell themselves.
Yeah, that's fair. I try for a balance most of the time. Like, I will admit, there's things I'm good at. I would say that I'm pretty good at 3D modeling. I would say that I'm pretty good at...
You're really good at 3D modeling.
Thanks.
A great example of that 3D model is this beautiful BTR that was printed.
Well, I didn't model that.
Yeah, but you did print it, and you know how to do, you know how to work in that world, which is great. Hey,
that's true.
Guys, I'm actually kind of like really loving this, really loving how this is coming out. I do need to paint, like, I've painted, I'm not kidding, I think I've gone over this thing like 4 times with the color, and I'm still seeing the black coming through. I think it's because I've really watered down this paint a lot.
Oh.
But that's good. I can still read a good amount of detail on it. But I'm really digging how this is coming out. I'm really waiting for the body because I overpainted the body and it's still not dry. Ooh. So I'm going to do this one more time and give it a little bit more paint. And if it's not drying quickly, I'll just go on to start painting the BTR.
That's fair. There you go.
Let me figure these things out. Hey, this is now where I'm going to show my ignorance and say, I do not know how to do oil washes on yellow, so if anybody knows a good color to match with it, because usually
use the brown instead of the black.
Well, okay, that's what I did, and that's what turned the bottom of it into graham cracker. I was very surprised by it. I do have, because I don't actually
do another test with it then. Is that the same paint that it did that with?
Yeah.
Because that sounds like the oil got under the paint, and that's why it gave it that weird texture. That's strange.
That is strange. I just don't want it to come out muddy, but it needs a wash. So I'm wondering if I could just make a wash out of my brown, because usually what I do is I put like I go onto the top of it. I make a really light wash. Like I did that on this tank. I do a real light wash to put the rust on it. And then I go over that with the chipping effects. What I should be doing is looking at a reference. I need to find my phone.
That is perhaps a good plan.
I
would agree with that.
Here.
Edward says, show me the bottom one more time. Edward may have good recommendations, because all the guesses that I usually make for painting these come from just knowledge of painting generally. But I know that the materials for painting figurines like this are just like a little different. And they're a little different enough that sometimes my suggestions don't make sense.
It's brutal on the bottom of it. Dang it, the package is ready. I just got the email right now.
Ah.
I need to, because that's what I want to go over, and you put some highlight on this. So I'm gonna try to do that. But I'm gonna look here real quick and see if I can't get the reference up here. It is really great. You really can't tell it from this, but it is really graham cracker textured. It looks crazy.
I'm sorry about your graham cracker texture, Jubby.
It's all right. It is okay. I actually think it's drying quite a bit here. It is pretty much almost dry, so I'm gonna go over that with another layer. So when you say graham cracker, what do you mean? I mean, it looks
like it is composed of graham crackers.
It is literally, I'm trying to find another way to describe that. It looks like it's bubbling off of the surface. It looks like it's coming lifting off of the surface.
Which to me makes it feel like it might be that the paint itself, or like the oil wash, got under the paint?
I have always thought that the bottom of the model almost always looks terrible. It looks really bad on the, because the bottom of these tanks is like, it's like the most not detailed part of it, so it looks like it looks really nasty. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna maybe just oil on one of these, but I really want to give it some time to dry. I am going in here and doing a lot of detail work, though. That's the thing that we were talking about. The thing that I like about this, I like a thing that I can kind of keep just like doing.
That's true. You can stop it and come back.
Yes, that is one of those things. Like, and when I get stressed with this, I will go and play a video game. And if I get stressed with that, I come back to painting the model.
That is true. You do sort of like flip-flop around what you're working on a lot, which is good.
Yeah, I mean, it is maybe one of the best. That's why I think that this hobby is so attractive to a lot of people. I think people really like that you can kind of go back and forth with like, it's a slow process. And I think that's another thing where it's like, I know we were talking about it earlier, and we were talking about this, we were talking about art as a generalized concept. And I know I'm kind of just riffing right now and talking about something we were talking about a long time ago in this conversation, but I really feel like people want to be so good at something so quickly. You know what I mean? Like, I think people want to be like really good at like painting or photography or 3D design. Like, I think people want to be really, really good at something quickly because our world prioritizes people making really good stuff really fast. And I think that that's a kind of...
That's the plague of TikTok and the internet and things like that.
Yes.
Is that like TikTok and social media sort of force you to have to make everything on an accelerated schedule, because if you aren't, your followers, oh no, we're not going to show the things you're working on to other people. it's kind of ridiculous.
You're not focusing on the algorithm. You're not thinking enough about something that means so little to so many people. You know what I mean? It's like, I really feel like the most dangerous things for most artists is the internet, sadly. And it's also the only place that you can show your work.
Yeah,
and get it in front of people.
I had a particularly, frustrating moment. This was a long time ago. I used to... Actually, when was this? Oh, yeah, that's when it was. So when I was in college, I was sharing my printmaking work on, I think it was Instagram? I was never in it, and it was under a different name. But, I had the worst time with it because it was just demoralizing, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Because there was no way to get people to see it, and when a post would do well, I ended up changing my style that I was making prints in because things were doing better on Instagram, and as soon as I realized that, I was like, oh, nope, cannot have that, no way, no how, absolutely not. Crazy. Instagram is real mean to artists, but you can't let that be something that changes who you are and what you make. The approval of others is not worth changing who you are for when it comes to art.
Sure. I also have to remind myself that we both got to do some really fun things in the art world. We both got to go to events. You got to do your talk. I got to go to that portfolio review. It's a lot of fun to do that stuff, and you feel really accomplished when you do that stuff. And then you realize you got to do all that stuff, and it wasn't because of Instagram.
That's true. My
Instagram never got me anything that, I didn't, it's just from, going out there and talking to people. And for most people, if this is their way of showing their work and getting it out there to the world, more power to you. No shame in that. But it's I just remind myself that it's not the internet. It's not any of that stuff that gets your work out there in front of people. It's or gets you jobs or things like that. It's
you kind of just have to put yourself out there.
Craft. Yeah.
In real life.
Talk to people. Yeah. Be social with people. That's how you.
Yeah.
That's how you get places.
The most reassuring thing for me when I was going through that was looking at my professors and artists I looked up to and seeing that most of them had maybe 1,000 followers total. And it's these are big names in the art world, and it's this person has 1,000 followers on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. So
because that's what you realize that's you could have 1,000 followers, but it's are they the people that it's you want to. It's better to be admired by one person you care about than by 1,000 people you don't know, kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's as long as people that you care about are seeing the work, that's getting it out there and being recognized for your craft.
I have to stop myself from also changing the things that I post on Twitter for Squiiji as a result of likes, and I know that that's probably counter to how VTubing works. I should be probably posting more of things that do well, but I don't like when I have 8 billion people I've never met before commenting particularly questionable things sometimes on what I've made. It's not really my favorite. I don't like interacting with the internet in that way. I like it when the couple people that I have, discussed things before within VTubing or the Shroommates and things like that enjoy the things I make more. But man, every time it
feels more fulfilling.
It feels more fulfilling, but I will say it's one of those things where I can't help but sometimes, everyone around me who does VTubing tends to be really growth mindset focused. I'm not. I've been trying to be more, but I can't do it. I can't market myself. I'm just a funny little guy.
You're just a funny
hate trying to promote myself so much. And I have a lot of respect for people who can do that without feeling like they're crumpling up into a ball of aluminum foil. The Shroommates yell at me for it. EG has haters on Twitter replies. It's just how Twitter works. As soon as you are a non-binary person who is out about it on Twitter, there's gonna be people who are trying to make something out of the conversation that relates to that, unfortunately. And there's nothing you can do about it. But it's fine.
This is so weird.
What's so weird?
It's just people making it like that on the internet. I'm just following up what you're saying.
What can you do? They don't really get to me. I'm pretty unfazed.
Another little pro tip here, guys. Remember that you've got to pop your air bubbles while you're doing this. You got to go in there and get those air bubbles out because they will show up in the final. There'll be little air pockets in there. You don't want that. So I go in there and I just going through and I'm popping bubbles.
There you go. Pop some bubbles. See, I forgot that this fella has a big bow to wear in the hair. So I'm going to draw that on its own layer so I can draw it just horizontally. And then now I can tilt it. There we go. And maybe it even like goes off the edge a little bit even.
Now we're talking.
Now we're talking.
Wait, what?
Now I'm cooking. Talking. It actually has to be like
with gas.
Here, I think. Yeah, that seems accurate. I might actually make it bigger for exaggeration. And then there's these like little like yellow diamonds I have to put in here. Thought you were referencing air bubbles, like a comfort zone to break out of, to grow. That would be funny.
You do got to get out of your little, what do you call them?
Your comfort zone?
Yeah, I mean, you got to, you know, a ship in the harbor is safe, but that's not where it's supposed to be kind of mindset.
Oh, that's true. I do like that analogy.
I do. I mean, you always got to try new things. You got to talk to new people. But remember, as my professor one time told me very late at night, on a darkened porch, he said, "You are who you surround yourself with. You know, it's like your community is more important than anything in the entire world. So never forget your day ones. You know, but you always gotta put yourself out there. And I wish I was better. You were talking about networking and like being able to talk to people. I wish I was good at that. Like my friends are really great at that. But that's another thing, and I know we say this a lot. It seems that I mention it every time I get on this stream, but like my professors were very big adamant about it's not really going and talking to a lot of people and kind of annoying them in a way. When you go to events, it's like you just have to go to the event.
Yeah, you just have to show up, show face.
Literally be there and show up and hang out. But again, it's that same thing we were talking about earlier, which is like people kind of want immediate gratification, which valid. I like immediate gratification.
Sure.
But the idea is, it's like you can't like go to like you just go to the event, you hang out, you talk to people, you say hi, and you show your face, and then after a while, they're like, hey, this guy keeps showing up. We might as well talk to him. Yep. You know, I mean, that's like how it goes. It works. It works extremely well. I think that when people do those, like I've seen people online that take courses on, they're like courses on how to network. It's like, go up and ask them about their life. It's like, could you imagine if a stranger came up to you
and asked you about your life?
It's like, yeah, what's your life like? I think I'd have a panic attack.
I hate networking. I know. I will say that is the one thing that with VTubing, that I feel like I don't do much of is actual networking. I kind of like doing things on my own.
I saw a post today. Someone was disappointed they were excluded during events by other tubers and companies. And yay, this is a similar topic.
That's funny. Yeah, Gary, you're saying that. I'm going to talk about that somewhat here. Gary said, I saw a post today that was where someone was disappointed they were excluded during events from VTubers and companies. One of the hardest things in VTubing is networking, I would say, and this is probably just true as far as like any type of content creation goes, because there's always going to be the fear that you're going to come across the wrong way to other people when you are doing that as a VTuber, and the struggle is that if you are too big in someone's eyes, it seems like you're not like essentially being like genuine with wanting to talk to someone. But if you're too small, it's seen as clout chasing. A lot of VTubers don't really like read their DMs because they get so much miscellaneous random nonsense. It's me. I don't read my DMs most of the time because it's mostly nothing that I would be able to or want to respond to because there's just so much noise in there, essentially. What can you do? But But as a result, a lot of the networking that occurs in the VTubing space is at physical in-person events, which sounds kind of counter to what you might expect from a group of people who largely don't like to be recognized and are being secret about who they are online. But that is where most of it happens, and there's two particular events where it happens the most, and that is TwitchCon and OffCai. There's a little bit of it, I think, at Anime Expo too, but if you notice a trend here, it's all West Coast stuff. So every time this comes around, and as I'm sure many East Coast VTubers feel, get a little bit of FOMO about it, because, you know, I could travel, I could spend several $1,000s on tickets to fly to, San Jose for, 2-3 days? And spend an arm and a leg to stay in a hotel in San Jose? But I don't have the type of cash flow for that. Are you crazy? And so much of the networking that happens in VTubing is at those events that if you can't attend them, you just don't have access to a lot of parts of the industry. There's a lot of resources you won't have access to, which is kind of frustrating. And then similarly, there's a lot of events at those things, which are like industry mixers and things like that. And a lot of those also, like, I know that companies aren't inherently doing this. I know some of the drama about this year's OffCai was, I think it was people accusing Airs, which is a management company, of not letting smaller VTubers into their mixer, which is just not true. There were smaller VTubers at their mixer that they had, but they only had 200 slots. So of course they're going to prioritize people they've worked with before, or people who have a connection to the talents they manage, potentially. That's just how it goes in the industry. And if you are going to post about it and complain about it, you're going to fast track yourself to getting, to essentially being blacklisted from events like that. No one's going to invite you in the future if you are unpleasant about things. So remember your PR training. I say, as if you have any. But it's a little bit of a difficult situation. I am content with where I am, so I don't necessarily feel the need to do it, but it's still hard not to feel FOMO when everybody is like, yeah, I'm having so much fun at this convention! Woo! And I'm like, oh, I want to have fun at convention too. And I am going to get to have fun at convention this weekend, but it's a convention that, like, very few VTubers go to. Yeah, not all publicity is good publicity. Well, depends on who you are and what you're doing with it, unfortunately. Bad press is still press sometimes, as much as that sucks, and there are a lot of VTubers that benefit greatly from that statement. They just have a different type of audience. I would not benefit from bad press. We are a very, like, wholesome, friendly, kind community. We are not very, controversial with the way we interact with the world. And as a result, I don't think bad press would help me, but there are some people who are a little more controversial in what they do and say, and the bad press sure does help them. You know? But anyways. Yeah, networking. I don't think anyone finds it fun.
I don't think there's a single, and if you do like it, I think you're kind of a crazy person in some ways.
Potentially.
Because I really feel like it is it's a weird thing to do. It's like you going up to people, and again, these people are in some ways kind of strangers to you, right?
Yeah.
And like trying to understand them. We talked about this before, but it's like I'm really bad about, like, if someone comes up to me and acts like they know me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, which in reality, it's fine to approach people and talk to them. But I remember we talked about, I don't think I've ever had a rough time making friends or talking to people. I've always been, I feel pretty good at.
You're pretty easy to get along with.
Yeah, but there are some times I've found where it's like, you might meet somebody at like one of these events or one of these shows, and they might just get way too comfortable. You know what I mean?
Too quickly.
They'll like make jokes, like, and you're like, I don't know you like that. Like, you're talking to me like you know me, but you don't know me.
Yeah.
You don't know what I've been through. You don't know who I've killed.
You know my story. Yeah.
That's from a video.
I was gonna say, that sounds familiar.
We're forget what that's from. I think that's a Zach Hadel line.
Oh, it could be. That could be a Zach Hadel line. I would say, I bet you were expecting. We are actually having a somewhat wholesome conversation about expectations and the world and things like that, which is a great contrast to the last time you were here.
What were we talking about the last time we were here?
I think the last time you were here, we were talking about Final Fantasy ships.
Oh, right. Hey, we can get that going.
No.
I love talking Final Fantasy ships.
No.
Hey guys, write in the chat if you think we should talk about Final Fantasy ships.
No.
And what that means for the greater culture.
No. I don't think it's especially productive to network for business with other VTubers. That's the question I've always had when it comes to VTubing, is that, like, when I talk to Jubby about people that I talk to, there's VTubers I speak to. There's VTubers I speak to somewhat often. And I know that VTubers often toss around, like, oh, my friends or whatever. I usually call them acquaintances because at best I feel like most of the time we are just sort of contemporaries in the same field. I really think that calling somebody a friend who you talk to for the sake of content things is questionable sometimes.
It's like not parasocial, but like kind of in this like it's a little odd, I would say.
Yeah, or like I don't know. It's kind of why I end up staying in my own lane, is because when I was early and fresh into VTubing, I was very friendly with a lot of people, and that didn't always benefit me, unfortunately. People often do want to see what they can get out of you. And that's sort of tough in this industry too, so I understand. It does make it really hard for people who are going into things with the right intentions, but there are a lot of people who aren't doing things with the right intentions either. And I think that, yes, if you are going to form some sort of relationship with somebody in VTubing, it should be, we should just be friends. It shouldn't be we are going to be friends because it would benefit my content. We are going to be friends because it would be good to stream together. Yeah. Bring your friends into your hobbies. E.g. why I have a VTuber persona. That's true! That is true! I do know a lot of VTubers who do have friends in VTubing, and their friend in VTubing is just their friend from prior to VTubing that they got interested in VTubing. I think that's a good strat for having friends in VTubing. Just get your friends into it. Hey Jubby, when are you gonna become a VTuber?
I think I wouldn't be a good VTuber. I don't think we talked about this before. You've asked me if I wanted to be I just don't think I have the charisma to do it.
And I sincerely, intensely, aggressively disagree with you, because I think that you're funnier than I am.
I think that only gets you
Sure.
That is like you have to be likable. I don't think I have the most likable personality. I think I can be a little grating at some times.
See, I would sincerely disagree. I don't think you're that grating at all. I live with you.
Sure, but you like me.
I know, and theoretically, the people who would stick around and want to watch your stream are people who would also like you, you know? Said one of the most charismatic people I've seen on Twitch. That's what I'm saying. Joby just, like, runs bits constantly, always has something interesting to say. Like, yes, it's also quite chaotic sometimes. There's absolutely
don't get me
an
wrong.
audience for you, just as a person.
Did you see that airbrush bit I did earlier?
Yeah.
that was top tier comedy right there.
I know you're kidding, but I don't disagree with you. It was funny.
Well, here's the thing. I maybe one day will decide that I will. I don't know. The problem is like I'm a teacher. Difficult. It's like someone's got to paint these tanks. Someone has to paint these tanks.
You could stream painting the tanks, Joby. It's that simple.
I have to make a way better setup, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I've been so like embarrassed by this like this setup. I feel like it's really bad. Like you can't even see any. I'm trying to show the detail. You can't see any of it. I'd have to get the Sony camera.
Yeah, you have to get your camera hooked up to work. But I think that's just as shrimple as buying one cord.
Yeah,
I think that's all it would take.
It could be pretty shrimple. But I think streaming is really fun. I like getting on here and I like talking, but that's the thing where it's like I don't know what I would do and I think I would be. There are some times where I just want to get on and just talk.
You can do that. That's called a just chatting stream, and lots of people do that. That's absolutely a valid thing you could do.
I'd do it from the hot tub, and I would.
Yeah.
No, there's something really funny. We have not talked about this on stream. I don't know when we would have had time to talk about it, but Squiiji has had to deal with me for the last couple of weeks. All I have been doing since we got back from Maine, is hanging out, going to I play War Thunder. I take some pictures every once in a while, and I paint these tanks. And all while I'm doing that, the only thing I'm listening to is true crime podcasts.
That's true. Did you all expect Jubby to be a true crime girly? Because I didn't.
I'm very much a true crime girly. Not that makes it sound bad. Like I like this stuff. I'm like more just very much interested in, as weird as this is gonna sound, courtroom procedure. Yeah. and
this is the Jubby and I are neurodivergent reminder.
Sure. But I've like, one of the things is, like, I sit with you and talk about disappearances and missing, or these cases, and I'm like, I could talk about them for hours.
You could. There's a VTuber who does, she is like somebody who, I don't know the pronouns for certain, but there is a VTuber who does essentially, like, go over the true crime trials of different things from, like, an analytical perspective. But, like, there's absolutely people who watch that kind of thing.
I have no background in that stuff. I'm not a criminal pathologist, but I find it incredibly interesting, and I could talk about that for literally hours. There's so many cases that I've been studying, and I'm doing my own research, and I'll be posting my findings.
Yeah, Joby has some thoughts and opinions on the JonBenet Ramsey case.
I can't stop listening to stories about the JonBenet Ramsey case.
I know a lot about the JonBenet Ramsey case now via Joby.
It is insane. it is the craziest, and I constantly, I like keep thinking about it. It is maybe the most, it's probably one of the most famous true crime stories of all time, just because of how absurd and convoluted and, like, utterly almost theatrical. Like, it's maybe the most, like, Shakespeare couldn't write a more insane story than the actual reality of the JonBenet Ramsey case. But yeah, oh my god, that would be a lot of fun. I would love to just talk and paint my little tanks.
And that is kind of what you're doing right now, is it not?
Yeah. No, you are 1,000% right. And I've actually, I haven't said it on the thing right now, but I'm actually painting the BTR, and I'm going in with a green gray currently, guys. Now, you guys are worried, but I'm still using that Vallejo green gray. And I like painting my Russian tanks that color because their tanks are a little bit louder and more absurd, but they're also dirtier because of the climates that they're working in. So I tend to go really overly saturated green, and I tone it down with a bunch of oils and make it look really muddy.
There you go.
And that's my strategy here, guys. And
that's a good strat.
You're not gonna get that on any other stream. Every other stream tell you to get out your airbrush, which I can get that. You want me to get the airbrush back out?
Well, here, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You can do whatever you want while I'm gone. I'll be right back. Okay. Joby, can you just do what you've been doing, essentially? Thanks.
All right. Hey, guys. Okay. So as they go to the bathroom, I'm going to talk to you about the intricacies of the JonBenet Ramsey case. Just kidding. Yeah.
Where's the camera?
It's right here. It's just the time lag is insane. This is why I've been stressing, because you do that, and then like 10 seconds later, there it is. There, finally. Yeah, guys, we're going to talk about the intricacies of the JonBenet Ramsey case from a no continue. I can't tell if you're actually telling me to talk about it or man, man, I can't read behind that. I can't read behind my own head. I'm sorry here, guys. Really wish I had the chat up somewhere. No, I'm not actually going to talk about that. If you want that, you are going to have to get Squiiji to allow me to sit down and talk about the whole thing. But talk about IR. Yes, please talk about it. Oh my God, talk about it. Everyone wants me to talk about it. Okay. Here's the thing. Faye is gonna come out of that bathroom in literally like 1 second, and then I'm not allowed to, because they're doing their art fight. Hey, they really want me to talk about the John Benet Ramsey case, but I'm not gonna do it because you're doing your art fight. Man, I feel like it's time. 1 sec.
I don't know why I'm shouting across the house at Jubby when I can just talk in here on Discord and Jubby can hear me. Next Friday stream is true crime. We could do like a dedicated day of, like, maybe I could draw something relating to the crime or something. That sounds weird. Maybe I could draw something that's like... I could draw something that relates to something, and that could then be happening while you're just talking about it, Jubby?
I'm sorry, you were talking to me that whole time. I wasn't actually at my station.
Oh.
I went to go get brand new paper towels. I'm really sorry.
That's okay. They were saying maybe next Friday, True Crime Day, but maybe
oh my God,
so that when
we
have a visual and an auditory, I could draw something that maybe relates to it. Like, I could draw...
but I'm going to New York next Friday.
Oh, you're right. You won't be here next Friday. Following Friday.
Following Friday, we'll have a... For all my true crime girlies, oh my God, we're gonna have
oh my God!
Fun. Oh my God, we're gonna talk about the disappearance of literally, like people.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah, we can do that. I'll have to figure out what in the world I would actually draw for something like that, but...
something fun. Something, you always find a good way to draw something cool.
Thanks. I'm glad you think so.
Really going in on this BTR. So again, I put down a real light dry brushing, and then I'm going over it with water. This helps with the texture. It helps me get a nice kind of closer to matte finish on this.
Mm-hmm.
And guys, I'm telling you, there are people that would make you buy this information behind paywalls on Patreons, and I'm giving this to you guys for free because I not only do I care about you guys, but seriously, this stuff is meant to be shared. And
you're so
artists
kind,
can't hold on. Artists can't hold on to secrets forever. They come out, and when those things do come out, I mean, they're just so sad. All right, let me get in here.
Can I mention something that is an industry that I'm amazed to find out is a pay-to-win industry?
Sure, go ahead.
Magic, magicians.
Yeah.
Schmitz, did you know that?
Someone's gotta make all those devices.
No, not even devices. The only way to learn to do a lot of tricks is to pay to learn to do them. And then when you pay to learn to do them, you have to sign a contract that says that you will not reveal the secret of the trick. Because, I mean, I guess that does ruin the magic for everyone. But as a result of that, a lot of tricks stay paywalled forever. And there's so much lost media in the magic trick department because someone who was the only person who knew how to do the trick passes away and they didn't pass the trick off to enough people for them to be able to train someone in it. Crazy. Wild.
I was unaware of this. I didn't even know that. I've always felt that there's a shortage of magicians in this world.
Yes, there is. There's a shortage of magicians, and this is why. Why is it paywalled? So that way, it makes sense to some degree. It's so that your average child or person who would be somebody who would enjoy experiencing magic but not doing magic, it's so that they can't stumble onto how to do the trick and therefore kill the magic for themselves. Yeah, so like it would ruin the trick for people if it was too common of knowledge. So like,
what's your opinion on magicians going as under the pseudonym or referring to themselves as illusionists? I know that there are some illusionists are different, but how do you feel about that?
I don't know, because I don't actually know what the difference is. I know some of them do want to call themselves illusionists. Is it because they don't like the fact that it sounds like they're doing magic, which sounds like witchcraft, and they're trying to get away from Christian moms hating on them? Because I don't think an illusion is illegal in Catholicism, but
that's
magic
actually
is.
real. No, actually, well, okay. I had two points. I was gonna make a joke that yes, that is because the Salem witch trials happened, but actually, if we're being real, like in terms of like traditional Roman Catholicism, the devil does illusions. So.
Oh, okay. So that wording wouldn't help, unfortunately.
I don't think it's a wording issue.
You're schooling me on Roman Catholicism. One of us was Roman Catholic, the other wasn't.
Yeah, I'm Protestant.
I don't think I legally qualify as Roman Catholic, but my family sure does.
Sure does. Okay, I'm gonna go back.
Screwed this line right up.
I'm going between these two tanks like it's my job right now.
It is your job right now. What do you mean?
I'm really making a lot of headway. Usually I would spend a whole day just building, just painting the body, and I'm really going to town on this right now.
Mm-hmm.
Making a lot of progress, which we love to see.
We do love to see that, Joby. Maybe because it's not actually magic. Yeah, I would love to know the difference. If anyone ever does research into illusionists versus magicians, I would love to hear the details of that research.
That's like the difference between like David Blaine. Like David Blaine is like a magician, he can do like magic tricks, but like what he's famous for is his like illusions, or sometimes he's kind of like a stunt guy too.
What is Chris Angel?
What is he? That's
what
a great
is Chris
question.
Angel? This is the answer to a Jeopardy question.
He's an illusionist.
Okay, he's an illusionist. Okay, so Chris Angel wants you to think that the things he's doing is kind of real, even if he is an illusionist.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
Maybe a magician inherently is a guy who knows that you know that he knows that you know that it's not real, that there's some trick. Which I feel like is kind of counter to my point, the fact that illusionists are called illusionists, because you would assume that that means that they know that you're going to be eluded by whatever they're doing. But they seem like at least he seems like he wants you to believe that what he's doing is real. He wants you to think that he can really fly.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
Although, honestly, maybe he's a bad example.
He's not a good example.
He's a mind freak. That's a good answer.
Mind freak.
That's what he is.
One of my favorite things that I ever happened. So, usually when I'm... Guys, the secret to a long-term relationship is call your partner every night. If you're not seeing them, give them a call.
Yeah.
They want to hear from you, hopefully, if they like you.
Yeah, Joby and I would call each other every single night when we didn't live together. And that was for the first 4 years of our relationship. We barely missed a night ever, which is crazy.
And just give them an update, Just give them an update on what you're doing and stuff like that. They want to hear it. And one night, I was calling Bae, and my friends were in the background watching Chris Angel Mind Freak. And I remember that I was like, he was doing this magic trick, which was like his friend rode his car into him.
What?
Like, literally just drove, like he's standing in front of a brick wall and he gets hit by the car.
What is wrong with him?
I know, and I remember that I was crying laughing because I remember walking into the other room to take this phone call and be like, I'm calling Bae.
You're trying to tell me you love me, because I think it was trying to say goodnight.
Yeah, so I was saying goodnight, and I heard from the other room, he's getting hit by this car, and he's like, oh, ow, ow, ow. And I remember my friend was just like, why is he doing this? It's like, why? What? He's like, wait, what's the magic trick? Because the magic trick is he got hit by a car, and I think he didn't die. I think that's like the point. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, I don't know either.
But I remember thinking I remember just hearing him in the other room, just confused. I thought, this is the funniest thing.
This has got to be real confusing for Bae, who is listening in right now.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know why this is magic. But it's not magic, it's an illusion.
And that's that's it. It's not magic. That is an illusion. He is pretending to not be injured by a car, or he's pretending to be hit by a car, because he's not really being hit by a car.
Yeah. It's hard to get hit by a car these days.
It's hard to get hit by a car these days? What statistics will you cite for that, Joby?
My own.
Okay.
My own data. And that data I will be releasing behind a paywall on Patreon. So guys, subscribe to it. And get that creator commentary.
Sure. Okay. I see. I see. Actually, it's really easy. Amber, have you been hit by a car? Is that why you're saying that? Please tell me you haven't been hit by a car.
It's really easy to get hit by a car. I guess it is actually really easy. Hit by the car.
See, there's this magical place with many cars known as Highway. If you walk out there, you're almost guaranteed to get hit. That's fair and true. I'm glad that I misunderstood what you were saying. I'm glad that you have in fact not been hit by a car.
Life is a highway, and I'm gonna ride it all night long.
Life is a highway. Never been hit by a car, nor broke a bone. What? You've never broken a bone? That's crazy. I'm so impressed by people who've never broken bones, because I have broken several. I have been breaking bones all the time. I've always been breaking bones. Joby, how young were you when you broke your first bone?
I think I was 13 when I broke my first bone on a dirt bike.
I was 8, and I broke my ankle falling up the stairs at my grandparents' house. Well, see, I've never taken risks in my entire life. Amber, I fell up the stairs. I was walking. Are stairs existing a risk? If you're me, I guess so. I tripped and fell walking up the stairs, and I did kind of destroy my ankle. Real bad. Not fun. Didn't have stairs in my house. Okay, well, maybe that kept you safe. We had stairs in my house, but it wasn't even my house's stairs. It was my grandparents' stairs. And I did it on the day of Thanksgiving. And then proceeded to not have a medical doctor look at me for almost 2 weeks and walk on it. Which I think is
that's what I did. That's what I did. My father was certain that I didn't break the bone.
My parents were also certain.
And then I went. This is the funny thing, though. My sister works in the medical field.
Yeah.
And, literally was the one that gave me my diagnosis that I broke the bone. Mm-hmm. They came in. They were like, "Hey, buddy, I don't know how to tell you this, but
hey, little bro, don't know how to tell you this, but
yeah, you're broken. Your parts of your body.
You're broken.
It's like your part of you is not correct, and
part of you is not correct. Sounds worse, actually.
Yeah, I got my test results from my sister.
There you go. Mine was, they thought I just sprained it because I was really well known for spraining my limbs as a child. I have weak ankles, as they would say. I sprained my ankles constantly, without end. And they were like, it's fine, you just sprained your ankle again. It's fine, your ankle's just sprained again. It's okay. I spent 8 hours walking around a mall on Black Friday, and then found out that my ankle was pretty rough. That wasn't exciting or great. I fell out of a treehouse on a bricks but didn't break anything. That is crazy. Billy, you also fell down the stairs flat onto your back and didn't break anything either, which is crazy. You're just impervious to damage somehow, and I don't understand it, and I'm a little jealous, because all it took me to break my finger was getting sneezed on by a field hockey stick, and then I was out for the whole season. Which is embarrassing. Can you imagine? You break the tippy tip bone of your pinky, and they're like, oh, you can't play for the entire rest of the year. Huh? Are you crazy? I don't need that finger to play hockey. I've got 4 other fingers on that hand and the entire rest of the 5 on the other hand. It's gonna be fine. I can still hold it. You jerks. And I say jerks as if my mother wasn't the coach who didn't let me play. She was like, absolutely not. She was like, you will not be playing anymore. Thank you, though.
Dang.
Which was really sad and heartbreaking. I never made it through a full season of field hockey, which is also sad.
You were like, coach, put me in.
I know.
Put me in.
But low-key, I think she was doing it on purpose, because after I injured myself, she let me coach the goalies, because I still had to go to practice anyway, because she was there. And so I coached the goalies, because I had to go with her to all of her, like, how to be a coach trainings, and how to coach field hockey, and what things to do. So I was her unpaid assistant coach for goalie training. for 3 years.
Valid.
Because I kept getting hurt. This is reverse nepotism athlete. I know! It's not like my mom was giving me a good starting spot or anything. It was, I got injured and was forbidden from playing. Although, people did claim a lot of nepotism in lacrosse, because I did make it through my lacrosse seasons. And I will, this is one of very few things I'll brag about. I hated playing lacrosse, but I was pretty good at it. Shortest center you'll ever meet. You're supposed to be like 6 feet tall to play center. You gotta reach for the ball, and that's the benefit, but be surprised. Middle schoolers and high schoolers are not good with hand-eye coordination, and I am! I did great with that. I just wait for them to miss half the time, and that was enough. But I always started, and we didn't have, like, 7th grade team, 8th grade team, 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th, 12th. We had, in middle school, junior varsity and varsity, and then in high school it was, like, field team, and then junior varsity. And I always started varsity from day one, and everyone called nepotism on that one. But you know who always scored more goals and had more assists than anyone else on those teams? Me! I deserve my spot! Anyways.
I've never seen them so competitive, guys.
Yeah. Honestly, I was mostly assisting. I usually led the game in assists, and as a result, I didn't always have as many goals, but when you have 16 assists in a game, that usually means that you should be playing. They were jealous? They were! There was a girl who, got kicked off our team because, she made death threats against my mother, and then she got her parents to threaten my mother, which was crazy. And that made class really tense because we had a bunch of classes together. Didn't like that. But she also sucked at lacrosse and really needed to work on it. Like, Girly could not even catch or throw the ball, which is the bare minimum to play the game by the end of a season. If you can't catch or throw the ball, what are you going to do? Why are you going to play? You're just gonna miss, and then everyone's gonna be mad at you. We're saving you from everyone being mad. And it's not like she was being that way to like a 13-year-old. This was a 17-year-old who really should have known better at that point. She'd been playing for years and she still couldn't do any of the basic tasks. What's their at? I'm gonna block them. I don't even remember what this girl's full name is, so I can't help you with that, but I appreciate your willingness to destroy others for me. Very kind. That should get you expelled. See, that was the thing. The only consequence she suffered was the immediate consequence of being kicked off the team. I don't think she actually faced any consequence in school from that, which is wild. But she didn't mess with me, at least, in school. She left me be, which is saying a lot. Did she become a nurse? Because you said bullies become nurses. You know what? I don't keep up with her.
Bullies do become nurses.
If I'm being honest, I don't think she went to college, so I think that means she's probably not a nurse. But there's nursing programs you can do that like aren't the same as college. I don't know. I don't know what her name is anymore. So again, I could not. Kid with malpraxia and a dream, maybe. I don't know. Practice. I am not Googling them. I will not tell you anything about them to Google them because I would tell you where I went to high school, and I can't tell you that. Lots of nurses or bullies are getting removed since they have such a high malpractice rate. Yeah, I love seeing all the terrible, horrible nurses who are just like rude on TikTok getting stripped of their positions because their employers find out that they are talking about their patients on TikTok. Why would you do that? Why would you talk about your patients on TikTok, of all places? Huh? Don't worry, guys, we'll track down the yearbook and find the at. Billy is allowed to know who they are because Billy knows me. Literally illegal. We're not gonna do anything bad, don't worry. It'll be okay. We're not actually gonna do anything. Especially over something that someone said or did when they were 17.
Literally a child.
Literally a child. We're not gonna worry about it. Doesn't behoove us to worry about it. I need to erase this. What the hell is this? Where is this thing? What is it? Where is it? Is it on the face? It is. Okay. I don't want it here. There's just too much happening in this drawing right now. There we go. That's better. And then this has to go under here, and then I can go... Nope. And fill this in. There we go. Yeah. Billy's just being silly and goofing. I'm sure they did it again a year later and got into actual trouble. I don't know if they did. She graduated, so somehow she made it through everything till the end. Oh, the nurses thing, yes. That is also literally illegal, which is why they're losing their jobs. Which, that's what happens. Fish around and find trout, as I say. I'm trying so hard to say so. Jubby?
Yes, hi. I'm currently just literally doing my favorite part. I'm dry brushing
and
the
I can't
edges
see it.
With a little metal here.
There you go. I was just saying, we can't see anything that you're doing, and I was wondering if you were still here.
No, I am still here. I'm just doing a little chip work on the top, around the turret and the barrels, and raised edges. Mm-hmm. And this really, I'm gonna be honest, I think it looks terrible until I do this.
Well, yeah, you're adding all the contrast back in. Oh, I will drink some water, thanks.
Because it is probably, I think, the most exciting part. Mm-hmm. Adding a little bit of that chipping. Gotta be careful here on these edges, but...
Mm-hmm. Oh, fun comment here of, I love when internet came out, school was like, don't trust anything, don't share anything, and now culture is to share everything. I love that the worst offenders of that are our parents, who spent our entire childhoods telling us to not post anything online about ourselves, and now they are the worst when it comes to that. They don't make decisions that make sense about any of that. Shroom Mom fed my medical data into ChatGPT to try and figure out what was wrong with me because she didn't like the opinion that the doctor gave us. Girl, who do you think you are? Who do you think it is? Who do you think you are? I am. I'm not.
Who do you think you are? I am.
But like, all the people who once upon a time were like, hey, make smart decisions online, don't share information about yourself online, are now doing all of those things. Which is so bonkers and should be illegal. I know! Girl, you should not be feeding my medical info into a computer, into a robot. That's not good. Someone may have access to that now, and I may be denied employment or something in the future. Who knows? Because they're gonna be like, oh, you have things wrong with you. At least they told you. To do as you should, not as they do. That's fair. Can't comprehend the logic behind it? Me either. Nope. They found out a few days ago that Claude messages are publicly accessible on Google. Oh no. That's not good. Don't like that. Dislike. Bad. Not good. Jimmy, what'd you say? What's wrong?
No, I just think it's wrong. Whoa. Sorry, I just saw you get really close to the camera. Yeah, no, I think that the AI world that we live in is going to kill us all. But hey, at least we're having fun with it. I like generating Italian brain rot. I don't, but
say careful. People may take you seriously.
No, I don't do that. I don't even know really how AI works. I mean, I just go on Google. There's so much on there. There's the one thing that I love is that like the internet was seen as like this beautiful thing because it's so expansive and awesome.
Yeah, it's a cool playground.
And now people just go on there and they just talk to a robot. Just have some fun. Go on Reddit or something. I don't know.
Isn't Anthropic now cutting the spine off books and shredding them? Yes. Do you know why that's happening? We can talk about that. So there is something that's happening right now, which is that I think it is Anthropic is the company. I can't remember who though. That may be who it is. But there is a company that is purchasing rare out-of-print books and old books especially to upload their contents to their their model essentially to train it on the text. And because of a ruling that was made, I think in the European Union, that was found to stand in the US also, essentially they're allowed to upload those without like having to cite that they've done it, so long as they destroy the source so long as there's no physical source they got it from. So the loophole they use is they destroy it. They cut the spine off. Are you kidding me? I want to scream. It is Anthropic. I can go get the news. Yeah, it's insanity. That's like so cartoonishly evil. You are destroying books. I like don't even know who could sign off on that, but it really does show you that so much of what is going on with all of this is just like for-profit nonsense. Oh, hello, we've been raided. I see Shroomate's raiding in. Hi, Salama, how are you? I'll permit you to chant because you've raided. It's fine. Hi. Hi, Salama, how are you? How was your stream? I'm Squiiji, I'm a freelance artist Fungi. I'm also an educator. Hello, fellas. Mods, could we get a shout-out? I can get one in a second, too. I can't shout out Selma? Huh? Why can't we shout out Selma? Here, I can try. If it won't let you. I can try. Question mark, exclamation point. Uh-oh! Uh-oh! Oh, wait, it went. It went. I was gonna say, is it rebelling against you for, chanting, maybe? It said no chanting whatsoever, even on EG stream, even when you raid. The raider shouted them out? Wait, what? Huh? How did this happen? Very strange, but anyways, at least it's there. It looks like Selma may have been playing Tears of Metal. That sounds pretty hardcore. What was that about? How was that? What were you doing? Were you crying metallic tears? Because that sounds dangerous, and I don't know if I can recommend that in most circumstances. This is eyebrow. There we go. Sheep hat? What do you mean? Were you working on making more hats? Were you doing art? Very tall hats? How tall of hats? Are we talking like Doug Dimmadome of the Dimmadale Dimmadome hats?
Yep.
Or otherwise? Or like Abe Lincoln hats? Or... W, do you know anyone else who's a big hat? Man in the big yellow hats? That's a good hat to add. I'll have to think about that. I'll have to remember that.
I'm thinking, who did have a big hat? I can't think of any off the top of my head right now of any big-hatted gentlemen.
We are big hat deficient. Oh no, it was a roguelike where you're beating up the English as Scots, but that was last stream. Oh, okay. Good game. Pretty texture and style. Interesting. Hey, my second 2-year mod anniversary, which we already did like last week. That's funny. Well, congrats again, Amber. Thank you for being here for 2 whole years again, Amber. Twitch really wants us to appreciate our mods, which is true, and that is a sentiment we should share in. We should W mods. Frequently, even. If at all possible. Thank you, Amber. Thank you. Yes, but hat was made. Can send fam photo as tax. Yeah, can we see photo as tax, maybe? Can we get a little art tax, Selma, please? If you'd be so kind and so willing. To send me what you're working on, please. I imagine it'll probably show up as a link or somewhere in the Discord server. I'll keep an eye out as soon as you give me the word. But, Selma's fellas, if you guys need to eat or drink or snort me, go for it. Please look after yourselves first and foremost. If you want to stick around and hang out, you are welcome to do so. But please look after yourselves first and foremost. I also have a secret art project, but no one will see that until #birthday. Well, I guess we call that drip marketing. That's what that's called. Market. Now you've given us a thought of what the thing might be, that there may be something worth looking forward to. And now it'll plague my mind forever until I find out what it is, which ensures people will show up to said event. Good work. There you go. Wahoo. Need more open source stuff. That's true. I would agree with that. That's why I love Blender so much. Blender is open source. There's also an open source animation program that I really would like to do more with someday, but honestly, trying to animate outside of Clip Studio still intimidates me. Joby, do you have a favorite open source piece of technology?
Yeah, Linux software. I'm really into Linux recently. I've installed it on every single one of our home computers here.
Yeah.
I haven't actually. I don't know how Linux works. My brother's really into Linux.
Your brother does like Linux. We've never used Linux before. I like Blender. Blender's just the 3D modeling program I use. The animation software is called OpenToons. I don't remember what it's technically a fork of something that was proprietary that was then made open source, I think. But I don't know how popular it is right now, but it seems cool. I would love to try it someday. I like Toaster 2 model. What is Toaster 2 model? Oh. Yeah, my favorite appliance to 3D model using is probably the air fryer.
Yep.
The move over blender. Well, I've really worked on adding some top hats. The hood just didn't pass the vibe check. Oh, here, we'll give it a look in 1 second. Let me just scribble in a diamond. Fast, quick. But, do I have other open source programs I'm familiar with? Do I use anything else open source? I guess technically a lot of the stuff I use is not open source, but it's not stuff you have to pay to use. Yeah, I don't know. Clearly you've never modeled with an air fryer. Yeah, clearly.
I'm still trying to think of someone with a big funny hat. There has to be.
Joby's plagued by this hat conundrum.
This hat question, because I know there's someone with a big funny hat and I can't think of one.
We're several minutes past it. Let's see. Maybe if you look at some sheep that show up on the stream, then you will be able to think of a big funny hat, maybe, you know? Let me see.
Let me see.
Where did you say it was? Is it in art or was it in live suggestions? It scrolled off screen already. Oh, here we go. It's probably live suggestions. Perfect! Oh, look at them! Little guys! There's a whole family here. Oh, that is a tall hat. That is objectively a very tall hat. I'm covering... Look at them! Oh, hi, Earth. This little guy has a cute pattern. This guy is even littler. You've got lipstick on. This guy's a gay cyborg. This is just a smaller gay, perhaps. Then we have a horizontal, maybe a sexual flag with a Among Us face. And then here's the really super duper tall hat. That's just the blue hedgehog. That's just blue hedgehog.
That's just that's my man Sonic.
Yeah. What determines the size here? A smaller gay is funny. That's just Jubby and I. Jubby's the big gay and I'm the smaller gay. Well, this guy has a nice little witch's hat. This guy has a crown and poop. Nice. That's a good hat. Good perspective on the brim there. That's Kebab, my sheep. Oh. Which one? The tall one? Or the Among Us that is the smaller sheep? Or the small gay sheep? Fox and the Scottish flag? Sheep. Which one's the fox and the Scottish flag? Oh, this one. This one. I see. Oh no, the little gay sheep. I see. You're the Waldo with the exclamation point poop crown. Great. Sounds right for you, Rex. Thanks. I'm glad that is just a part of who you are forever. Selma, why are some of the sheep small? Do they get to choose their size? I'm covering Norn. Somehow I knew that. Somehow I figured. Pick one who stole Ame's hat with the gay son. Oh, you guys have a son. That's what that is. You guys have children. Wild. Shroommates are creating new life. Well, thank you for sharing delicious art tags with us, Selma. I like seeing the little things you've done in your stream avatars because it inspires me to do more things with mine. Because I haven't updated them since birthday, and they could probably benefit from an update if I'm being so real. It'd probably be a good idea to add more things to them, but notably, they really only are on stream maybe once a week? Maybe twice a week sometimes? And it's one of those things where I'm like, well, it's a good amount of work to put on stream once or twice. But it is worth it because they're cute and fun. They're like little buddies. Ah, I see. Had a rock buddy that I need to re-add. That's cute. Having like pets for the avatars is a good idea. And like you could just give them their own little like animation or something too, where they've got like a separate idol, potentially. So that way they're not just locked to the movement of the main shroomate. He's rolling. That's cute. Rock and roll. Yay. Oh, 5:13. Wait, actually, I may finish this with enough time that I could start a third one. I don't know if I'd be able to finish it, but I was efficient today.
You're very fast.
That's crazy. Maybe it's because I've drawn so many of these. Also, I did warm up. I did get to do a little bit of drawing before stream. Because I was working on another one of these that was a commission. So, I was cheating.
I have a little bit of a situation here, guys. Not a big deal.
What's the situation?
I've accidentally locked some, I'm locked in place. My legs have fallen asleep, and I've also accidentally. I have 2 pieces of brush hair that are stuck in the model via paint. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some immediate surgery.
Oh no! I bet you guys weren't expecting surgery on the EG stream.
And we're gonna pull those out, and then I will just treat that like a cool scratch on it later.
There you go. That's a good strategy.
That's really in there, actually. I can't. I think I need to introduce a little water, and that might lift it out. Not entirely sure. Don't know the best way about this. So guys, if you know in the chat how to get hair out of your model.
Good question.
Yep. That did it. And we pull that out. Slowly but surely.
Jubby does not have a medical license. That's also true. Glad you found my little work on Steam avatars inspiring. Yeah, they're cute. Yeah, Jubby, use tweezer. Where are the tweezers?
That's what I'm using.
Oh, okay.
I got it. That's what I was using.
Oh, there you go. Good work.
I used tweezers and I like really messed up the paint, but we can go over that.
That's the good news. You can always paint over it.
Yep, and I got another one stuck in there. I think it's the dry brush. I bought dry brushes for $5, so they're not the greatest.
I use my long nails, but not sure if Jubby has those. Jubby did just cut their nails today, I think. So Jubby may have had long nails, but no longer. Did you see the remnants of Jubby's nail polish, though?
Yeah, I had some nice nail polish, and then got bad. All right, I'm gonna have to paint over that immediately and get rid of that texture. That is not great.
That's okay, we can fix it. Oh, you know what upgrade we did get for model working recently that I only got to test out a little bit, but it was actually really helpful for something I didn't expect it to be helpful for? Crewmates? We got glass files. I'd wanted them for a while because I knew that they're really good for sanding plastic specifically. A lot of people use them for Gundam when they're doing seam line cleanup, for flashing, or for just getting rid of the little nubs, because they leave a much more even texture. Sandpaper can scratch real bad sometimes, but glass files don't. They leave like a really like perfect, nice texture when you use them, which is really nice. It's real good. And I've already used them. I used them for cleaning up some of the edges on the E.g. Shrinky Dink. Because you'd be surprised, when you shrink your dink, that sounds weird. When you do it, if the plastic doesn't like deform nicely, it can give you like these really sharp edges sometimes. So all I had to do was just kind of like whoop, whoop, whoop around the edge of it. You're gonna roll this stream. Leave me alone. I don't think about the things I say sometimes because I'm saying them with innocent and pure intentions. So the fact that there's dirty minds around me and who will take that in a weird way is not my fault, and I cannot be held responsible. Thanks. Anyways, yeah, they were really good for that. So if you are somebody who works with plastic, they're like not expensive to acquire. They're kind of worth it. I'm sad that I didn't have them sooner because I definitely think my Sandrock Gundam would have benefited significantly from them. He has so many horrible little lines on him from me not being good at sanding him however many months ago that was. I really goofed his surface texture up.
I goofed this up. I actually bored all the way down through the layers to the resin when I pulled that hair out. So,
whoops.
I'm just gonna paint over it and hope that I can blur that texture later. And if I don't, then I will scrap it all. But hey, the BTR is like pretty much done. It's
there you go. Can you hold him closer and like showcase him a little better?
No, because the texture is not great on him right now. I still have to paint all of his tools and stuff, but yes, I can kind of hold it up a little bit.
Just hold it up a little bit, just so they can see a little better what's going on, you know?
He's getting there. I'm gonna put some washes over him to give him some rust, but I darkened his green out a little bit with an oil wash. I'm very happy about. Gotta go in there and get it like oiled out essentially. Like you have to put all your contrast back in with your contrast washes, and that's helpful. But yeah, I really bored. I'm like looking at it. That is really, you know, I can see down to the resin. That is, you know, we all have a little whoopsie happen.
Your Honor, Jimmy pleads oopsie daisy.
Oopsie daisy. I'm literally like dragging along it to see if I can kind of like hide the texture a little bit. But you know, that's the beauty of making, guys. The beauty of not knowing how it's gonna come out, and it could be bad. It could not be. It might be bad.
The beauty is, it may not go the way you want it to go, but you will love it anyway.
Yes. I'm gonna go in here and start painting some of these tools while that dries, and I'll deal with that texture later.
Sure.
That requires me to use a precision instrument, and I need to know what these tools actually look like. Okay. What's going on, guys? How are we doing?
I love when you default to, hey, how's it going? What'd you do this week? Jovi does ask me these questions also. I got a Shrinky Dink cake as a gift, and I've been interested in them for a while, but I'm concerned because plastic fumes and what kind of supplies you can use for painting. Do you have any tips? I found that using Sharpies is kind of the best way to go for detailing them, because paint, I think, will warp when you put it into an oven. The good news is that since you're not, like, actually burning the plastic, they're usually not actually off-gassing that much. So as long as you air out whatever your space is that you've done it in, or as long as you're not, like, batching 30 Shrinky Dinks at once, the amount of off-gas ends up being somewhat negligible. But I'm not saying stick your head into the thing directly after you've finished Shrinky Dinking and taking a big old inhale. Don't do that.
They actually did their Shrinky Dinks in our actual, toaster. And yeah. I still don't know if that is safe, but, you know, sometimes you say, screw it.
I aired it out a whole bunch afterwards. It's okay. He's all right. Paint after the clay is hardened. It's not clay. It's plastic. It's number 5 plastic especially. It's just shrinking and getting thicker. When you burn plastic, that's where the danger is, because it's, first of all, probably incomplete combustion, and second of all, the material that is now no longer physically there in front of you is either going to be a vapor or it's going to be a terrible little powder. And with plastic, most of the time, it's gonna all burn up, so then it all becomes vapor and smoke and bad, evil things that you don't want to inhale. Yeah. I think Rex meant me. Don't be like me. Don't be like who? What? What are you doing? That's helpful? Yeah. If you're worried about doing the Shrinky Dink and it being something that could be harmful to your health, if you buy a toaster, you'd be actually surprised how easy it is to find toasters at places that are like, what is the word I'm looking for? Not charities. Jubby, what do you call it? Thrift stores. Thrift stores.
Yeah, thrift stores. Yeah,
thrift stores surprisingly have a lot of toasters, toaster ovens even, and you could buy a toaster for as low as, I think I got one there. This was for a project, of course. It wasn't for my house, but I got one for like $3 or something. So hard to clean those, but why do you need to clean it if you're just gonna melt plastic in it? It doesn't need to be clean. You just stick your plastic on a little piece of like aluminum foil as like a boat and you stick it on the rack in there. It doesn't need to be clean. It can be as dirty as possible. It doesn't matter. As long as you aren't getting the crumbs that are in there into your plastic, it'll be okay. You're not eating it. So that is the beauty.
Unless, but to that same point, unless you want to have a little bit as a snack. And if that's okay true. if you take a little nibble, it's all right if you just take a little one.
Just a little nibble,
but don't be greedy with it, you know.
Yeah, don't be greedy with your your thrift store toaster. That's a sentence that has definitely never been said before. I do love inventing those. Joby, I feel like you have a sentence that's never been said before moment several times a day.
Yeah, and I said one recently, and I'm trying to remember it, but I forgot it. Because it could have been one of the realest things I've ever said, actually.
Perhaps. That's possible. Oh, I have to sneeze. No, I don't want to sneeze. Please. Come on, leave me alone. I don't want to sneeze right now. I'm busy. Leave me alone.
Someone I know, and I'm not going to say who this person is, but someone I know, their mom vapes a lot.
Okay. And it's okay. You can call her out for it. I've talked about it before. Yep.
I was told to go pick up a vape from someone's mom.
What?
Their mom was asking me to grab their vape from downstairs, and I went and got it, and I looked at the vape, and it did say Riz on it.
Oh, that's true. Oh, it's so funny.
Said Riz on it.
Yes. So the saga. I have to try not to call her by her real name because that's what I do when I'm annoyed with her, and the entire concept of her vaping annoys me. But Shrew Mom speed ran a nicotine addiction backwards because she started with patches, I think, and then ended up smoking cigarettes, and then switched to just using a vape, which I don't even know how this happened. She was just self-medicating, I guess, but girly, I think, vapes more than any other human being I have ever met on this planet, which I think Joby can confirm, especially considering we were in college during, like, the peak of fruity flavors.
Yes. Peak vape. Yeah. We grew up in the peak vape time.
Yeah.
And they love their vape, but it did say Riz on it.
That's true. Well, so she really liked what is it, Elf bars, I think? She really liked one of them. But apparently whatever it was that she liked, they don't make anymore because it was something where they got in trouble for trying to make it appealing to children. And she was like, I don't get it. And I was like, you realize they were bright and colorful? Everything that's bright and colorful is a thing that is meant to be targeted at children, usually, unfortunately.
But the problem with that is, and as a person who's a recovering vape guy, I remember thinking, like, when that happened, I totally understand that, yes, it is bad for children.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good for me, though. Those fun flavors, and then we lost those fun flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, yeah, you know, we gotta protect those kids and stuff, but they shouldn't have been vaping in the first place. So
that's true. But it's supposed to be that it's like appealing to them so that they want to start is the problem. Because it's alluring. What can you do? But yes, she did have to get a new vape because of that, and she's been complaining that she can't find one she likes now, and she was talking about the one that she has, and she's like, yeah, they tried to make it look sophisticated for adults. It is like quilted patterned like a purse. It's like that luxury velvet red color. It has gold accents, and it has written on it in a font that is very similar to like a Gucci type of font, like one of those serif fonts that is like for a luxury item. The word Riz. Which again, what? If you're trying to make something look like it's for like somebody who is refined and classy and an adult, why would it say Riz? I don't understand, but I think it is so funny.
But that was a sentence I never thought I would ever utter in my entire life. Was, yeah, I grabbed your mom's vape and it said Riz.
Yeah, we did. Know. You did tell my sister and I that as we were walking to go get coffee when we were in Bar Harbor, and I think it dealt both of us pretty bad psychic damage.
Yeah,
we both went.
I'm still thinking about that.
Yeah, so we'll keep thinking about it, I'm sure. I don't think this is something that we'll get over very quickly, unfortunately. Boy, has she left her mark on all of us. I've complained about her a good bit today. I love her. She did her best. She does her best. You can't fault a woman for having her vices. It happens.
We all need our vices.
I found it. Kato bar. That actually sounds familiar. That may actually be it. Vapes have too little asbestos. And Diriam, do you want more asbestos per capita in your vapes? What are you willing to do to make that a reality? What will you do to be the change you wish to see for adding asbestos to vapes? Because it's not going to happen unless we all work together to make this a reality. I'm saying some terrifying things. Huh?
Let me get more. Yeah, can I just need a little bit more asbestos in my vape. Just a little bit. Just something to take the edge off of a...
Yeah. Although, you know what that makes me think of?
What?
Joby and I have recently been, not even recently, this is just what we watch. When we eat, I know everybody has their, like, particular fellas that they watch while they eat. For us, it was Mythbusters for a while. And then, at some point, we transitioned to watching a couple of select, vaguely food-related people. And I say vaguely. Yes. Not all of them are completely food-related. And recently, we were ranking them on the list of...
Based on...
who out of these potentially gay, food-related men is the youngest?
Yes. And we don't mean by, like, literal looks.
Yeah, not by looks.
I mean, like, by just the vibe.
Heart. Yeah.
And some of those people are the late, great, report of the week.
You say late, great like he's dead.
Yeah, well,
dead.
I mean, he's
still
content's
around.
Getting weird now.
It is getting a little dead, I'll say that.
He
just mad at everything.
Seems so sad. Yeah, he's angry now, and it's like I understand that was like what got him very popular. Is he put out that video where he's like, my day is ruined, and I understand.
And my disappointment is immeasurable.
And that was funny. It was very funny. Don't get me wrong. I laughed very hard at that. But you know, you gotta like enjoy something, or views come across as like you just don't like things.
Yeah, if you hate the world and you hate everything, then we can't reasonably listen to your review of something, because you're predisposed to want to hate it. It's like listening to movie critics sometimes. They're always looking for a reason to hate whatever they watched, so it's not always a useful opinion to hear, because they weren't going to like it anyway, regardless of what it was. You know? But he's not the only one we listen to. He's not even the one that this made me think of, and I'm sure Joby is realizing who I was thinking of.
Yes,
we'll get there.
The second one is maybe my favorite guy making food content right now, and that's Joe is Hungry.
I love Joe is Hungry. He's so good.
I love Joe is Hungry.
If you guys need a good, wholesome man who gives like a fair and I would say somewhat scientific, objective review of fast food or just food in general, he's your man. He is your man.
He literally, like, his style of content is just reviewing it, but he's those places, those franchise businesses, like, worst nightmare, because he like measures how big they are and if they're like consistent.
Yeah, he measures for consistency in weight and in temperature when they're served. He is essentially rating them for what else is it, like, for how similar to the promo photos it looks. He takes a bite when it's hot. He tells you how long it takes to get it after he orders it. Like, he gives you all this, like, actual information, what the price per pound is for the food and things like that. It's actually good, and his editing style is wild.
It's very goofy. It's very goofy. So goofy. And the thing is this is why the conversation started, is actually like a 60-year-old man.
Yes.
But I was saying that I'm like, somehow, because of the editing, because of the goofiness, I think of him as like younger.
Yeah, he is very like young at heart. And Report of the Week also runs an AM radio show, which, you know, support a man in his hobbies, but
I always will support my man and his goofy hobbies and his like building of random like ham radio equipment wherever he lives, which I'm pretty sure he lives in like Florida, but I don't know. I'm currently doing an oil wash right now that no one can see. I just realized that, and I really apologize for that. I've been going in here and putting like rust effects on it and realizing that
little off-camera oil effect never hurt nobody.
But yes, Joe is Hungry. Gotta look this guy up if you haven't seen him.
Yeah,
he's quite good at what he does.
And I think he also likes VTubers. Or maybe I don't know if he likes VTubers, but he has a portrait of, I don't know if you guys know the VTuber Meat. I mostly know her because she hangs out around some of the Vine Sauce fellas. But, like, there's an image of her on his wall, and I think he also has an image of Krelly also. So he's got a thing for green-haired anime fellas, I think. But, yeah. That's the guy.
But absolutely wonderful, really funny guy. He is just, like, objectively a good person to watch. And then... our other guy, who again is not, I would not describe him as a food YouTuber, but recently we've been watching.
He does cook.
He cooks a lot in his videos now. He cooks quite a bit. And that is, as we know him from TikTok, Dr. Parkenstein, but on YouTube, I believe is known as...
I think it's just like, Edward Parkenstein,
like Parker,
right?
Parkenstein or something. And he's the guy that it like dresses up like the 1920s.
Yes. He's got an apartment which is like entirely, I guess like 1920s and earlier themed essentially. So like he's got all this like old wallpaper. He has a stove from like the early 1900s. He actually has like 3 stoves, but 2 of them are in storage, and they are all really old.
And all of his videos are him like going between multiple houses where he's like, I'm hanging out at my house today, but I'm gonna be going to my grandmother's. And he has like he has like multiple Model T cars that he drives. And he'll like go between. And again, so epic. Like I mean it wholeheartedly. That I think
we genuinely love this man. He is so cool. And then this isn't even the best part about him. Oh, Edward knows that guy. Yeah. That's not even the best part about him, because you may be wondering, how does he afford all of these things? Which we're still not completely sure about, but there's hints.
No idea.
There's hints at what he might be doing for a living.
One of those things I think he is like just like actually like a mad scientist, because he's devising some sort of, he's building some sort of device, and I really use that word seriously, that it is like some sort of device in his backyard. It's not some sort of device.
It's a very particular type of device that you're only calling some sort of device because you don't understand it.
I literally don't understand it. And that's part ways my own like ignorance to understanding this level of science. But he's building some sort of a magnifying transmitter, which is going to like transmit electricity across the world wirelessly by ringing the earth like a gong.
Bell? Yeah.
Like a bell. And again, don't understand it, but like, and he's described it, he's like, just watch my other videos where I talk about, can't find those videos.
He has a lot of videos, which is why we can't find them.
Yeah, and it'll be like, he's like, here's my Hughes electric stove, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, by the way, I'm devising an unlimited energy source that will power grids from like multiple places in the world. It's like, what is going on?
Or here's how to make napalm. I made smoke bombs.
He made nitroglycerin.
Or nitroglycerin, not napalm.
But again,
nitroglycerin. But it would be really funny if he had, something oxymoronic like being a programmer or IT. I think he's a physicist. Is what he does, because the way he explains certain things is usually revolving around the physics of how it works. Like, serious, or is it an act? No, he is dead serious about the way that he is. If you watched him, you would agree that he is dead serious. This is who he is as a person, and I love it for him. I wouldn't want him to be any other way, genuinely, because I think he is happy this way, which is what I would want from him.
And since he's living in like the 1920s, he like posts these videos. He'll be like working on the device, and people will be like, well, how are you living in the 20s if you're using an iPhone and all this stuff? And he always says the same thing where he goes, I'm interested in the 1920s. I'm not Amish.
He says, I have a style. I'm not Amish, which I think is very funny.
Which is so valid. Like, just get him.
Yeah, he was using a lighter, and he was like, every time I use a lighter, people say this about me. And I'm like, yeah, get him! Get him! Dr. Parkenstein is what he's called on TikTok. And what is his... Is his name Edward or Edmund? Something like that?
It's Parker Edmondson.
Is it Edmondson?
Yeah, it's like Edmondson or something.
I thought it was... Parkenstein. Something like that. We can find him for you. But he's really cool. First you think it's a bit, but you keep watching and you realize that this man is about this life. Yes, he is unironically this way, yes. Tesla already tried that, it doesn't work. Apparently he has made, what is the word? Like, he has made advancements on Tesla's theories, though. Which is interesting. Also, the device that he's making is a bunch of wires dangerously close to a pole. Yes, he is! He's got some really crazy transformers!
He's been yeah.
Oh, Rex found him. Thank you!
And he explains, like, literally, like, he's like, you have to build this above a well. Like, he stresses the well has to be a part of it.
I don't know, but it is very electrical. And he had one TikTok where he's like, here's the corona that is being created around the electric components of my thing I'm making. And it's like, huh? What?
It is quite crazy. But he is such a good guy. Mm-hmm. So funny and objectively just like a good watch. Just like actually like.
We genuinely enjoy watching him. He is worth watching if you need something to look at while you're eating or just like existing as a person. It is good. You will not be let down.
It makes you think, like, am I a clone? Like, am I living a clone's life? Like, this guy is just living his truth.
Yeah. It's like, could I be doing more with the life that has been presented to me? This man is successfully recreating Tesla's experiments and furthering them. Yes, he is very wholesome. He does have a little bit of anger in his heart sometimes.
Yeah, there's some we've been noticing recently, there's like there's
a little bit of frustration he's had lately. But yeah. I think that may come from being a YouTuber, and also the fact that people are not always nice on social media platforms. If his frustrations with people getting mad at him for using a lighter, or anything. So, I have a feeling that's probably what it may be stemming from, you know? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's people not understanding it. They're just not getting it.
They don't, there's not really there's not an appropriate way to say it other than they don't F with him. They don't F with the vision. I don't know a Seizo way of saying that that's not cursing. I'm allowed one curse word per stream though, so.
Yeah,
maybe I'll spend on that at some point.
Okay, the BTR is really showing some work here. Digging him so far. I just have to, I really am doing a lot of this because I'm trying to do it on the stream, but I really need to like slow down my pace on it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Because he is showing signs of being close to done, but I'm working too quickly. Like I have to kind of slow down a little bit.
I see. I slowed down a little bit because I thought I would finish this piece and then start another one on stream. That will not be happening. But I did make very good progress. I'm like almost done. Still, somehow. On time. Crazy, Dio. Actually, I think that's it. I think this is done. Maybe like one or two more little edits. We've got blush. Oh, I need hair highlights still. But like, we're kind of there. Kind of done it. Looking good, Joby? Yeah, they're looking fresh. I can't wait to go into the living room and like, for realsies, see those things in all of their glory.
Yeah, because the camera doesn't, really do it justice.
No, it doesn't.
And
you know what's funny though? That document camera you're using, we used to have trouble with it on stream because it would flicker sometimes, and it's not doing that to you, and I'm kind of jealous.
Yeah, a little strange. I don't know why it gave us so much hassle in the past.
I don't know, but I'm glad it's not giving hassle right now. Like, the quality seems actually to be fine right now for the fact that we are streaming it. It's going into OBS, and then it's a virtual camera going into Discord, and then it's going into my stream. OBS to OBS communication. Technically, there may have been an easier way of doing this than doing it through Discord, but...
1000%.
What can you do?
The best part is when it finally dries and you can go over it with a decent amount of chipping and damage, and that'll kind of bring it all together. I think it'll bring it into a vogue of its own.
Yeah, for sure. Hang on, this is too intense. If I go like that, yeah, that's better. There we go. There we go. And then also if I go like this, and then nope. Yup, there we go. I just want to distribute a little bit more of the pink and purple throughout, but like, this might be just about done. I think I need to clean up whatever this is just a little bit. There's like something weird happening with it, but like, this might be my second drawing for the day. I'm pretty happy with this. This I think turned out pretty cute. I'm pretty happy. 2BS twabs. Hey, Joby and I both wrapped up around the same time, so I've got one, which I didn't save yet, which is not a good move on my part. This is for Puffed Pie, also. Bam. And then we have the one we made for Procat earlier. This is... I don't remember what Puffed Pie's character is called. But I can just save it as this. There we go. Yay! Perfect timing! We've got like 15 minutes left. What do I do with my final 15 minutes? I could start one more drawing, knowing I won't finish it on stream, essentially. Because it would be good if I had one final one to make a final row complete on Art Fight, because that would be really nice and cool and slay of me. But I don't know if I will. Thank you guys for the round of applause, though. That was very kind of you. Are you proud of me? I drew things. They turned out pretty cute. I like them. Let me close this for the time being. There we go. Let's see. I'll start one more. We'll start one more. Will I finish it? Not on stream. Joey, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, but I feel bad. I am slowing down.
That's okay. We will end on time.
Is slower.
You're good. We're not gonna do a go until 6:30 again like we did that other day.
I am always once I get on here, I have so much fun. But usually close to, and I know we've talked about this before. You just get, especially when you're doing something, you get like, it's just easy to go quiet.
Yeah, it can be when you're focused on something. That's part of why I have you here, so that we can sort of balance each other. Where like I am very prone to not get a lot of work done, if I am talking. I'm not very good at getting work done when I'm talking, as people have learned about me. I am much better at getting work done when I shut the heck up.
This is true. I'm very much the same way. But I've had a lot of fun. This was great, and I was able to. While this setup was a little chaotic and the lighting is getting crazy, the sun is going down.
Oh yeah, it's probably getting a little wilder.
I got some decent coverage on this fun little striker, and the BTR is something I'm more comfortable with, painting this kind of this simple green color, so nothing too crazy. I know some people paint camouflages. That stuff is just way too hard, or not hard, but like I don't know. I like the kind of simpler look sometimes.
It's a lot more intense to try and draw that. You've got to like mask out for it because it really wants to be super, 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 super uber duper crisp. And it ain't easy being crisp, you know?
It ain't easy being crispy.
Nope, I imagine not. Oh, I saw a new post. Twitch and Amazon want to use Stream to train Gen AI. Well, if they start doing that, you will be catching me on YouTube. As if YouTube's not already doing that. I have no idea what they're doing, actually. They very well could be doing that already. I have not done a great job of paying attention to TOS updates for some of the programs and platforms I use, because Twitter is already doing that, unfortunately. Most of what I post is GIF format, which they can't train off of. So I end up being somewhat safe as a result of that, but like, shorter days are making me sad. I know. I'm gonna go back to work and I'm going to end the day at work and it's gonna be dark out and that's gonna make me really sad. I liked it when it was light out when I was getting home. I would like things to be that way and to stay that way, you know? What the heck? It's not fair. I can train off randos, can't edit with AI. Oh. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about any and all of this. Good golly. Is it worth even starting another drawing? I have 12 minutes.
Probably not. It's probably better to just wrap up, just like what you, like show what you did.
That's fair. We were kind of doing that already. We can just look at them again. We can look at, Mavwika again. Some report that YouTube is no longer managed by humans. It isn't. If you contact YouTube and you're having an issue, there is no human that will view the thing that you've sent in. Oh wait, I can put a little bit of shading on these eye highlights. That'll be my final move. My final word. Yeah. So like, if somebody puts a claim on something you've made in YouTube and you can't get it cleared, you are in danger of having your account deleted. And even if they don't actually own the thing, they will still try and get your account deleted. And it may happen because unless you have a lot of Twitter followers, no one will end up stopping it potentially. Oops, is it this? There we go. That's what I wanted. So, not great. Join rotation of the sun and earth. Yeah, unfortunately. There we go. That's my final edit. Bam. I needed just a little bit more shading. Perfect. Let me save these. But, puffed pie! Yay! And then, Procat also. This hair is crazy, but I didn't really know a better way of doing it. It's a little overwhelming, but, you know, it's fun. I think it's still fun. Mavwika, where did you go? Do I still have you somewhere here? Oh, you know what? We can spend the final little bit of time we have here looking at some of the art people have made me for Art Fight, because I don't know if we've actually looked at all of it on stream. There's a couple that I don't think we've gotten to yet. So here, let me go in here. Defenses! So we just looked at Puff Pies. For Spookable, drew Panda EG. What? Look at me! Panda EG! With a big old piece of bamboo, being pestered by another character who was drawn here. I'm not sure who this is, but I'm being pestered by them, mayhaps. Rain? Ah, there's another character. This might be one of First Spookable's characters, maybe? Oh no, Rain is... yeah, somebody else's character, which is cute and fun and interesting. I don't trust the GIF method for protecting art. Can't they just take a screenshot? Supposedly, whatever their skimmer is that they have doesn't work on GIFs. So somebody could manually still download your image and stick it into something, but the skimmer just doesn't work with the GIF format as things were, maybe. But don't take my word on that. I knew that was true at one point in time, maybe. I don't know. But look at this Gary! Look at this fresh from the oven Gary! Spring Heart Arts drew! He's a little cookie! Somebody took a big old bite out of him already, which isn't very nice. Not kind. Do not eat my son. He's just a cute little guy. Look at him. Let's see. We have, Pico attacked me again. I think Pico attacked me last year too. Whoop. Pico's got a really fun, super angular art style. Look how cool this is. Wee. This kind of reminds me of the way that I draw for my printmaking work, because I draw super angularly for it. This is cool. The nice little bit of blush, my crazy looking glasses. It's delicious. It's delectable. Thank you for drawing me again. Love the eyes. I know, them being super like hourglass shaped is so interesting. Let me close these. I've got too many objects open. Whee! There we go. Did I show Elise being a blueberry? I don't know if I did. Somebody drew one of my characters, Elise, as a blueberry, and by somebody I mean Dev Delver. Thank you. I love that she's just a little blueberry. She's so shiny. She's having an interesting time. What is she looking at that's making her feel this way? I have no idea. But it's very cute. It's very cute. I drew this character too. Which character? The green-haired one? Or maybe that was another Shrewmates thing. Or you also drew Elise. Oh wait, did you? Where are you? Somewhere. Hang on. Dot Art drew me as a little doll. I think this was a like finished up version of art that was made for me before that was like refined and, you know, edited to be used for the sake of this. Or like maybe it was a redraw of something. I feel like I remember Dot Art drawing me a cute little doll before, but now we have Squiiji, one outfit included with 3 accessories and bald EG. How could you? I love the way you drew my name though. It looks like it's made of snakes. Like funny little sock snakes. Oh, ProCats OC. Oh. I see. It was a cool looking OC. That's why I drew it. But look at me. I'm a little doll, and Gary is an accessory with me, along with my Trigun gun. And a whole broken ladder. And the package having my, like, hair spots in it, or the holes, is also very clever. He's cute. Thank you, Dot Art. I gotta make sure I don't close this page. There we go. Wicked Chaos Man drew a little Gary. There we go. Gary Fungo, who likes hard candies. I'm very happy that some of the Shrewmates have drawn Gary eating things he's legally allowed to. You can have a couple little candies in moderation, my son. It is permitted. He's so cute with his big old blushies. Look at him. Cute little guy. Billy drew Mayumi. Thank you, Billy. Billy's already drawn me before, so we get a new character drawn from Billy. Billy was telling me that he hates drawing my shoes, or shoes that I draw for characters, because I make them detailed. They're also usually really big and detailed, so I hope it wasn't too evil. But she's so cute. She's sending letters. She's got a good stance for delivering mail. Also, I love the spot blacks for her like lipstick. It's cute. Thank you, Billy. EG, do you have time availability to chat with struggling artists? I do consultation work most days of the week. If you check my VGen. The way you worded that almost sounds like when telemarketers call you and want you to answer their surveys for them. I'm sure that's not what you meant, but I can't help but hear it that way. I don't have an exclamation point VGen, but I think if you do exclamation point critique, it comes up. Generally, the information that I give in that is for critique's sake, but if you specify in that you just need general art advice, I can do that also. That is also possible. Bam. There you go. Yeah, so there we go. Skip the queue is the link to click, perhaps, there. Yay. Also, thank you, Chocorama, for clapping for everybody, and also Zany and Amber for clapping for everybody. Glowstick Rat drew me. I think we did look at this one. I think this might be the final one, or like the first one, not final one, the last one we looked at on stream. Look at my cool pose! I'm holding my paint! I'm painting you! The canvas! This is a fourth wall break. It's always wild seeing EG in like tall person proportions, but I think I still look pretty slay. Look how cool. My belt thing is a little inky and gloopy. I'm painting you. There's a nice sort of impressionistic background in here too. Hell yeah. Did we look at this one already? I can't remember. Let's see. Doesn't ever hurt to look at things more than once. Oh, I think we did, because we looked at the panda littlest pet shop that Hoshi made for me too. Look at this little guy! Oh my god! This was a very cute and clever idea for Art Fight. I love these little things where people are like, I'm making cookies, I'm making bread, I'm drawing characters as little pet shops and things like that. Very clever. I want to squeeze it. I know, I want to do the thing because they all have like little bobbleheads. I just want to like, bonk, so that it goes. But it's so cute. Thank you for everybody who drew me. Next Friday, we are going to have our showcase stream for all of the things that you guys drew for each other for Art Fight. Yes, we will go through the attacks. I read your mind, Sanizum. I heard your thoughts before you could type it. I'm magical like that. I live in your walls. But yes, we will go through all of the attacks the Shroomates made against each other next Friday. Thank you all for drawing each other. It's very kind. I'm so excited to see them. I've been snooping on them already, and they're very good. Yeah, we'll see. The two people, I'll DM you first, then I'll post an extra credit. Imagine if next year Charity Critique someone donates to get general art advice. I mean, I wouldn't be against that, but if you want general art advice, you can just ask me a question during stream usually. Or like when I do Q&A days. I haven't had one of those in a while. Maybe I should have another. But like, you can ask me those things. We essentially gave general art advice for like the first third of stream, talking about like networking and not worrying about expectations and perfection and why to take art classes and things like that. I give that knowledge usually pretty freely, because those are things where, you know, some of it is tailored per person, but you can speak pretty generally to a lot of that, you know? But yeah, I guess we could. I guess that wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility. But yeah, maybe Joby and I will wrap up here, because we do need to do a little maybe house cleaning and packing, because we are going to, I already told the Shroomates I'm going to Otakon, which is fine. I'm going to Otakon this weekend. We're going to be there for Saturday and Sunday. I don't know if any of the Shroomates are going this year, because I didn't announce I was going, because I didn't know I was going until last weekend.
This is valid.
We hadn't really consolidated a plan for it prior. I'm not working this year. I don't have a panel this year. But I'm just going to hang out and have fun, perhaps. I'm going to attend some panels, maybe look at some artwork. I'm going to have a good time, but we got to wake up early tomorrow and drive. So I got to make sure everything's packed and prepared and the house is squared away before we go do that. Yeah, so we'll have fun. We'll do our best. But Shroomates, I hope you all have a safe and enjoyable and productive weekend. Have a good one.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Joby, for joining me and for painting some tanks and for dealing with the crazy wire situation.
Yes, the wire situation is crazy.
It is.
Here. It's gonna be a good amount to clean up. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Thank you, YouTube. I will shroom you later, YouTube chat. I can't send you anywhere, but thank you for being here. I'll see you Monday. Bye. For VTuber Design Critiques, bye. Twitch fellas, let's see where